Everyone, so I think I'm audible, right? To everyone? Yeah. So fine guys, so yesterday I was talking about like different kind of string manipulation. This is what we have discussed. And today my plan is to talk about a list and tuples. So if time allows, so we'll try to explore a tuple part as well. Now here, so if you will go to your dashboard, you all will be able to find out recording. So whatever we have discussed yesterday, so it's already available inside your dashboard. So let me show you once again so that you won't find any kind of difficulties in terms of finding out material and resources. Okay. So here in live class lecture, you will be able to find out 13 March, which was yesterday. So it's already uploaded, and whatever notebook which I have used and whatever code that I have discussed. So I have shared my own notebook, right? So in which I have written a code. So things are already up to date inside your dashboard. No need to like find out anywhere else. You can directly go over here and you can try to download it. Now, so in today's class, like I said, so we will try to understand and we will try to see that what and all a different kind of list manipulation which exist and how we can try to do it or how I will be able to achieve it. So let's start with that, and along with this, we will try to understand and we will try to see some of the problem statement as well. We will try to solve as we always try to do it. So let me start my Anaconda and then I can try to go to my downloads directory. Okay, so now let's start. Okay. So now let's try to start with the list, right? So let's try to understand what is list, what we can do in terms of a list manipulation. I think we have already seen that basic part of a list. We have already seen that, right? So now we will try to understand a different kind of operations in case of a list. So let's suppose if I'm trying to create a list over here. So as we all know that list is a kind of a collection where I will be able to hold any kind of data, right? And there won't be any kind of a constraint at all. So we can try to keep even a list inside a list, and maybe a number inside a list, maybe a complex number inside a list, or maybe like any kind of a character inside a list, or maybe any kind of a boolean value inside a list. So any kind of a things we can try to keep inside a list. Now if we have to extract a data one by one out of this list, so what I can do is for I in L, and I can try to write, okay fine, so L, and I will be able to access a data, right? So I will be able to access a data one by one out of the list, because we know that that list always try to store a data in a form of what? In a form of indexes. So if I have to parse through a list, so I can try to parse through a list with the help of indexes. This is just a recap, right? Because this is not new for us. We have already talked about these things. So I'm not this is just for your revision purpose, right? So we are going to go through this one. If we have to print this element into a reverse direction, yes, I will be able to print all of these elements into a reverse direction, right? So let's suppose there is a list, and if I have to extract only a list out of this one, right? So let's suppose this is the list, and if I have to extract only a list item out of this one, so what I can do is, so for I in L, I can try to write, and then I can try to write that if type of I, right, if type of I is equal to list, then in that case try to print it, and print this is a list, you can try to say, and then here you can try to give I, and you can write else condition, and here inside else condition you can write that, okay fine, no, this is this element is not a list. This is something that you can write it down in a easiest possible way, right? So here, let's pretty straightforward and simple operations that you will be able to find out. So this is the list, it is able to print, and no, this is not a list, and it is able to print the all the element that, okay, fine, so this is not the element. Likewise, there can be a multiple different operations which can exist and which will be able to do it. Now, if I have a L, and let's suppose if I have created a L1 over here, let's suppose if I have two lists in a same place, and let's suppose if I'm trying to put some kind of numbers over here, and I neuron, let's suppose, and then like tech, and let's suppose if I have to do L plus L1, means basically I'm looking for a concatenation operation. So yes, I can do it easily. I will be able to do this kind of operations in this easiest possible way. So if I have to append some list element, so this is one list, and then I have to append some other list element. So yes, I will be able to append it with the help of plus operator. I think we all are aware about multiplication operator as well. So it will just try to repeat the item twice in case of this one. So we can try to repeat this element at any number of times that we want. So this is nothing but it's kind of a replication that I will be able to create. Now, so I can try to check the length of the list. That is completely fine. Now on top of that, so if I have to check whether there is some element inside a list or not, so I can try to write so true in L. So if I'll execute it, so true in L, so yes, true is available inside L. If I have to find out that, okay, fine, so 345 is a part of list or not. So 345 is not a part of L that we have. As you can see, 345 is not a part of L. Now if I'll have to check 234 is a part of L or not, so yes, I will be able to check it, right? So it will try to return me true or false or boolean values, I can say, and based on that we can try to write our like a we can try to write any kind of operations that we have. Now there is a function called as max, right? So max L, okay, L1 I can try to give. Okay, so let me check. Max, okay, max will try to find out a maximum element in this one. I'll just have to check whether it write a single iterable argument. So I can try to write 2 comma 3 comma 4 comma 5. Yeah, so let's suppose this is the item that we have and if we have to extract like a maximum element, right? So the biggest number out of this one, so yes, I will be able to extract that as well. So a biggest number which is available inside this one is nothing but 5, and we are able to get it. Now there is another like things that you will be able to see, that if I'm going to give a string, right, and a combination of maybe a integer, I will be able to get this one. So it will not be able to do a comparison, it will not be able to find out a maximum element. Now let's suppose in a max function itself, if I'm going to take all the strings over here, AI. So now you will be able to see a maximum over here in this particular place. So SUDH, you will be able to find out as a maximum element over here, right? So let's suppose if I have mentioned something called as Z, so you will be able to find out that, okay, fine, so Z is a maximum element now. So based on the alphabetical order A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H till Z, so it is trying to give me a element. This is something that it is trying to do in this particular case. As simple as that, because whenever you will try to maintain something into a dictionary, let's suppose we all are using dictionary, so in a dictionary, so we always try to follow a hierarchy, or we always try to follow certain set of orders, right? So based on this order, so maximum will work, or max function will work with respect to, I can say, like a string, and with respect to I can say like just a numbers, it will work, right? So you can try to pass even in this way, or maybe you can try to pass some iterable object as a list, it will be able to give you maximum. But if you are trying to take a combination of a string and integer, or a string and numbers, it will never work in that particular case. This is how it will always try to behave. right? So as you can see, it is working with the combination of all the numbers, right? But with combination of numbers as well as string, so it is not going to work well at all. So again, similarly, you will be able to find out a mean function, and here, so you can try to pass any kind of a string, and just a string or just a number you will be able to pass, and based on that, it will try to give you a maximum element, or it will be able to give you a maximum number over here in this particular place. Now here, minimum one, right? So minimum, like a first come, or you can say like a hierarchy wise, the element which will appear in a very first place, it is going to show you that one. Again, same thing is applicable with respect to an integer. So let's suppose if I have a list of the integer 1 comma 2 comma 4 comma 5 comma 0. So yes, I will be able to get a minimum number, and again minimum is going to fail. So if you have a combination of integer as well as if you have a combination of a string, so that is not going to work, as we all know that this operator, because it's nothing but maximum or minimum is what. So it's nothing but it's a comparison, right? So it is comparing this with this, again this with others. So it's just a comparison, so you will not be able to do a comparison in between this one. If I have taken integer based string, so in that case, even in this case, it is going to fail. So you can just try to do experiments from your side, and you will get to know about the same thing. Okay, so can you please explain this one, how this one is maximum? So just try to follow alphabetical order, right? So in alphabetical order, Z will come in a first place. Now, so many of you will get confused over here. Let me try to take this one, and here you will be able to find out. Let's suppose if I have done this one, right? Now, so if I have done this one. So here you will be able to find out that yes, based on the alphabet and the minimum, let's suppose if I have taken A, right? Let's suppose if I have taken A over here. So it is trying to give me A. So we all know that based on the dictionary, because dictionary always try to maintain an hierarchy. So based on that, it is trying to give you maximum and minimum. Nothing to worry about, like nothing to worry about it. And I think we all know about a ASCII character. So in a backend, so for sure, each and every string will be represented with respect to ASCII character. So based on that, it will try to give you a final result, right? So again, we all know that ASCII values. So let's suppose if I'll go to Google, and if I'll try to search ASCII table, right? So if I'll try to search for ASCII table, in many places I will be able to get it. And over here inside the ASCII table, not this one, or maybe in a Wikipedia itself, I will be able to get it. Yeah. So here, if you will try to check, right? So here, if you will try to check an ASCII table, you will be able to find out an ASCII character for each and everything. So as you can see, for A, it's 41 for capital A. For a small a, it's a 61 that you will be able to find out. I think it's a 97. Yeah. So 97 you will be able to find out for this one, and for this capital A, it's a 65 that you will be able to get. So based on this, it will try to give you like a minimum or a maximum. So this is the comparison that it will always try to do at any point of a time. So this is something that it will be able to perform, or it will be able to do it for you. Now, moving ahead, so just this is one of the additional functions which is available to you. Nothing to discuss much on this particular label, because it's not doing anything else except just trying to check, or just trying to do a comparison between a two character, and then based on that, it is trying to give me some sort of a result. Again, I can try to create one list. So 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4, and there is a function called as append, right? So here, if I would like to append my name in this one, so yes, I will be able to append it, as you can see, right? So it is trying to append this data, so in a tail position or in a last position. So it is trying to append my data. So 1 2 3 4, this was the original list, and then I have called list dot append. And if we will try to check the definition, so append object to the end of the list, this is what it does. So it will always try to append a data, or it will try to append an element at the end of the list. Now let's suppose if I would like to append a list itself inside this one. So let's see whether it's possible to do it or not. So yes, it is possible, and I'm able to append a complete list inside this one. Let's suppose if I would like to append maybe a complex number, so 6 plus 6j. So yes, I will be able to append it, right? So any kind of a data that I would like to append at the end of the list, right? So I will be able to do it. Yesterday, if you remember, so I was trying to show you one example. Let's suppose this is L, right? And now if I have written L plus, right, SUDH. So for sure, it will not be able to do the concatenation operations. It will not be able to append this SUDH with L, because there is a data type differences. So L is nothing but it's a list, and SUDH nothing but it's a str data type, string data type, right? So if you have to do that, right, if you have to do that, so in that case for sure, this operation is not going to work. So in this case, what I can do is, so I can try to write append, and then inside that I can try to mention this one, and then I can try to print L, right? I will be able to get my answer. So yes, I'm able to append it easily. So here append function always try to append a data at the end. At the tail position, it will be able to append a data. But there is a function called as insert, and with the help of that, so you will be able to insert an element. You will be able to append an element, or you can say insert an element at any indexes that you are looking for, right? So now let me show you how insert operation is going to work. So let's suppose if I have a list, because append will try to append your data where? Append will try to append your data at the end. And at any point of a time, append will try to append the data at the end. So let's suppose if I'll create one simple list, 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4 comma 5, right? So here if I'm trying to call L dot append, right? So SUDH, so for sure it is trying to append at the last position. But no, I would like to append these things maybe after 2, or maybe after 1, or maybe before 1. I would like to update these things. So in that case, what I can do, I can try to call insert function. So L dot insert, right? So L dot insert, I can try to call. And here in case of an insert function, so you will be able to define two things. One is our indexes. So as name suggests, and as its definition of the insert function suggests, so what you can do is, so you will be able to define the indexes, and then you will be able to define an object. So what kind of object you would like to insert at what position you can define, and it will be able to define it. Now, as its definition says, insert object before indexes. There is a specific meaning of that, and many of you will get confused over here for sure. So let's try to understand this particular part. In every classes, this things happens, right? So I know about it. That's the reason. So I'm just giving you a disclaimer. So here, insert wise. So let's suppose I would like to insert. So at a third position, right? And I would like to insert I neuron, right? Now L. So here you will be able to find out that this was my original list. So this was nothing but it was my original list. And this is the data set which I was having. Now here, right? So here you will be able to find out index wise. So index wise, this one is 0, then 1, then 2, then 3, then 4, and then 5. What I have done, so list dot insert and then third position, right? So on third position, so I would like to insert what I would like to insert this one. So here on third position, as of now we have 4, right? As of now we have 4. So what it will try to do is, so it will try to insert these things at third position and will try to shift everything one step in this particular direction, right? So this is something that you will be able to get, and this is something that you will be able to understand from here, right? Someone is asking that what is the difference between a Python list and the array in Java. So the same differences you will be able to find out that you have difference in between array in Java and list in Java, because the both things exist inside a Java, even array and list. Like I said, so array exists into a Python, but not inside a Python core module. So this is the answer. Now, so here, right, L dot insert, right? So here you will be able to find out that L dot insert, and I'm able to insert these things on a third position. Or let's suppose I would like to insert, right? So INSERT, insert, and I have given position is equal to -1, right? And this time I will like to insert test, execute L, right? Now what has happened? Index wise, I have given -1. As we all know, that list I will be able to iterate even in a forward direction and even into a backward direction. I will be able to iterate through a list, and there won't be any kind of a issue at all, right? I will be able to do it. So here I will be able to like iterate through like any direction. So I will be able to do a indexing or insert operation even with the help of these negative indexes, right? So insert -1, which I have written now here. So at -1 position, right? At -1 position, what was available? So at -1 position, SUDH was available, right? So it says that it will always try to insert any element before the given indexes. So at -1, this position was available. So now new element will be inserted before this one, and this will be shifted. So SUDH was available over here. So now it's shifted from here to here, and here you will end up inserting a data, right? So this is something happens, guys, at any point of a time. You all will be able to insert this element anywhere, right? So as you can see, yes, I'm able to do a insert operation. So wherever I want, so I can try to insert a data throughout the complete like a list. So again, if we are talking about a linked list, so even in case of a linked list, right? So in any other languages, C, C++, Java, so we try to write a code, right? A huge number of line of a code of insertion of an element inside a linked list, right? So like at the head position, at the tail position, and in between, right? And it's a huge line of a code that we end up writing in case of C, C++, Java. Here you have a very simple way and very simple approach. So they have binded up, or they have wrapped up this entire code for you into a single function itself, and you will be able to do it, right? So that is completely fine. Someone is saying that why test is not inserted in -1 position. It has inserted at -1 position, right? So previously, what was the -1 position? -1 position was nothing but this was the position. After insertion, you are looking at the result, right? Before insertion, like -1 was available, or at -1, which things was available? So it has just shifted it and then inserted that position. This is what happens. Actually, it has inserted at -1 position. This is the reason I told you that people get confused. People will tell me that no, you have not inserted at -1 position. You have actually inserted at -2 position. But I will say, I will give you argument that no, I have inserted at -1 position, right? So I think this things is clear, right? Everyone, guys, clear? You're not confused with -1 and -2. So actually, this is inserted at -1 position because this is list, right? So -1 position, what is available? This one is available as of now. Okay. So let's suppose if I'll try to do again an insertion operation. So test 2, let's suppose if I'm going to insert at -1 position. So for sure, my test 1 should come over here. And if test 1 will come over here, automatically it will shift. So actual insertion is happening at -1 position. It looks like that our element is available at -2 position because it has shifted it, right? Simple. Okay. Now moving to the next one, right? So this is how insert operation works, right? So insert and append, these are the two operations that we have seen. Append will always try to append a data at the end of the list, and insert will be able to insert a data, right, anywhere that you are looking for. So before any indexes, you will be able to insert a data at any point of a time. There won't be any kind of a issue, as the definition says. Now here, so we have a list with us. Now there is a function called as count. So let's suppose if I'm looking for like a test. So let's suppose I would like to count that how many times a test has appeared, right? L.count. So here you will be able to find out that list.count, and then I'm trying to count what, how many times a particular element has occurred or appeared in this particular list, right? So here we have a test, here we have a test, here we have a test. So in this 3 position, test is appearing. So for sure, I will be able to get a perfect count of this one, that okay, fine. So test has appeared in these many positions, and yes, I will be able to find it out in this particular way, right? So we have seen a count operations, that is completely fine. We have seen append operations, we have seen insert operation, right? Now there is another operations you will be able to find out, right, you will be able to find out in this particular place is called as a extend operation. And again, you will get confused between append and extend operation. So try to pay attention for next 5 minutes. Things will be clear, pretty much clear with all of you. Yeah. So just try to understand that. Someone has given me a code -0. Do you think -0 exists? So, okay, fine. Moving ahead. So 0 is a neutral position. Okay, not an issue. So let's try to understand extend operation. So let's suppose I have a very simple list with me, 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4, and guys, I'm assuming that you all are trying to write a code with me. So just do it, don't wait. So with me, just keep on typing. It's just typing you have to do, right? So just type it. Just try to increase your typing speed, right? Then coding will be nothing. Okay, here. So this is the list. Now list dot append, if I'll try to write, right? So I can try to append data over here. So SUDH, and yes, I will be able to get it. Yes. So at the end, it has appended. Now, again, another thing which I can do is, so again, I can try to call append function. And this time I would like to append maybe some other list over here, right? So here, again, it has appended this particular list. Now I will try to show you extend operation. So just remember this append for now, for next 1-2 minutes, and then L dot extend I can try to show you, and what L dot extend function does. And always try to like type this, hit this tab for the auto completion so that your coding speed will be faster. Okay. So just keep on pressing tab so that you will keep on getting a hint, and it will like make your life a little bit faster in terms of typing. So L dot extend, this is what I'm doing. So simple. So just an instruction. So L dot extend I can try to write, right? And then now I can try to maybe insert a test1 over here. Now if I'll try to print L, right? So what it has done, when I was trying to append by using, when I was trying to insert or like concatenate a data, right? So with the help of this append, so with the help of append, so it was able to append a data as it is, right? Although a string is a iterable entity, I can try to iterate through each and every character available inside a string, but it is able to insert these things as it is. Now, if I'm using a extend operation, right? In case of extend operation, what it is trying to do, so it is trying to unwrap, or it is trying to iterate through my entire string test1, and then one by one as a character it is trying to insert. And now if I'll show you, right? So let's suppose if I have a string over here, so test string, and yesterday I have shown you one a demo that if you are using list function and if you are going to insert this one, it will try to convert this string into this way. So it is converting entire string into a character format, right? This is what it is trying to do it for me. And same things is been implemented by extend as well, right? So here you can find out one very first differences between append function and the extend function, right? Both are trying to insert a data, and both are trying to insert a data at a tail position itself, means at the last position itself. So the way append try to append a data and extend try to insert a data is a little bit different, right? So extend always try to unwrap it. So it will try to go through each and every iterable objects, and then it will try to insert it. Now let's suppose if I would like to insert maybe, right, a number over here. So here extend is not allowing me, right? But here if I'll try to append maybe like some number, so here append is allowing me, right? So extend always try to extend always looks for what iterable object, as its definition says. No need to remember anything, right? So extend always expects what? A iterable object. Extend always expects. Now if I'll talk about append, so append, inside append you can give any object, right? So that is a differences you will be able to find out, as numbers are not a iterable object. You can't extract one by one all those numbers 4 and 5 separately out of this one, right? After you can't iterate through it. So for sure it will not be able. So if you are trying to use extend, and if you're trying to insert some numbers over here, it will give you an issue, because as per the definition it's very clearly mentioned that it always expects a iterable object which you can iterate through. Through integer, I won't be able to iterate. It's not an iterable object at all, right? Whereas a string, I will be able to do it. So append will work fine with respect to your string, as well as append will work fine with respect to your list or any other object. You will be able to insert it at the end. That is completely fine. But extend always works with what? Iterable object. So just try to understand that particular apart. And if you are giving a table object, it will try to unwrap it and then it will try to insert it. Another differences you will be able to find out over here is, so let's suppose I have a append, right? And I have created a list over here. So 3 comma 4 comma 7 comma 8 3 9 or something like that. So it is able to insert all the data in terms of list. So as it is list, it is able to insert, right? So whatever we have seen, it is able to insert just exactly like that one over there, right? Now here I can try to do one thing. So here I can try to call extend, and maybe I can try to insert same element this time in this one with the help of extend, and let's see the differences. So here you will be able to find out, or let me take a fresh list. I think that will be better for all of you for understanding, right? So here, this is a list that we have. So list dot extend, and then this is the result that we are able to get. So I have done list dot extend, right? And I have passed this list. As I have mentioned that it's always try to take a iterable object. So yes, we are trying to provide iterable object through which I can try to iterate. I can extract a data one by one. It will try to unwrap it. So here it will try to merge these two lists all together, right? It will try to merge these two lists all together, and this is something that you will be able to find it out. Whereas in case of append operation, right, in case of append operation, it will try to append as it is. So that is again another differences that you will be able to see between append and extend operations. So I think 3 to 4 differences we have already discussed, right? So append always takes a object type. Both are inserting data at the last, at the tail position. The only differences that you will be able to find out over here is, so append can take any objects, extend can take only a iterable objects. Append, so here if you will try to append some list or a string or any other data, so you will be able to end up inserting it at the end as it is. In case of extend, it will unravel it or unwrap it, and then it will try to insert. Inside extend, you can't give an integer because integer is not a iterable object at all, right? So you can't do it. If you're trying to insert some sort of a list or something, so it will try to merge two lists and then create a final list because it is trying to unwrap it. Same thing it is trying to do even in case of a string. So this is a kind of a differences you all will be able to get, you all will be able to see between append and extend operation. Yes. So fine, guys, I think we are good, right? Someone is saying that if we are trying to perform extend operation, right, and if I'm going to pass a list inside this one, so it is not iterating. Why it should iterate? It will always iterate through a first label, right? So suppose if I'm going to extend this one, so it is iterating through this one, 3. So we have 3 over here, 4, 4, 7, 8. So this is nothing but it's a list inside a list. So for sure, it will try to unwrap or unravel a first hierarchy. So why it should do this one? It will not try to do it, right? So I have clearly mentioned that this one, it will try to iterate through this one. So this is one of the element. So this is the result that you will be able to receive. Hope this things clarifies. Okay, so here this is completely fine, I would say, right? Now let's try to do some kind of operation, list dot index, right? So list dot index, and we can try to let's suppose first of all let me print this list, right? So whatever data that we have inside list, so this is the data. Now index of maybe 3 I'm looking for. Yes. So as we have discussed even yesterday with respect to a string, so here index is giving you a index of first element, right? A very first occurrences that you have inside your data. So it is giving you index of that. So as we all know that index of this one is 0, 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, and so on. So it is giving me index of the very first 3 that I have mentioned over here, which is 2, not for this one, not for this one. Yes. So it is trying to give me indexes of a very first occurrences, just like a string. So this function is exactly similar to a string operations that we have discussed so far, so forth. Okay, so this is index operation. So you will be able to get a index of anything. But yes, so if I'll give you a problem statement that I'm looking for an index of each and everything, right? I'm looking for index of each and every like three that we have. So I think you all will be able to extract it. A similar kind of exercise we have done even in case of a string. So even over here, you will be able to do it for sure. Okay, now, so what we can do is, so we can try to like write one function. So again, we have a list over here. So 2 comma 3 comma 5 comma 4 comma 6 comma 7. Yes. So we have this data. Now, so there is a function called as pop, right? So I think we have seen this kind of things even in other languages. Those who know a little bit of programming, right? Push pop kind of operations, we always try to perform. We always try to write a function for that, right? So here pop function is already available. So insertion wise, we are able to insert it any position. So at any position, so we all are able to insert it in a easiest possible way. Now let's try to talk about a removal of the data, right? So removal of the data maybe from a beginning, from a last, or maybe from in between. So how I will be able to achieve that one? So let's try to understand. So there is a function called as pop, and if I'm going to execute this one, right? So it has popped up what? It has popped up a last index element, right? So now if I'll try to print L, so this 7 is missing because it has popped up, or it has removed permanently this last item. So this is something that pop will be able to do it. Now, if you will try to look into a signature of this pop method, so index wise, a default indexes is given as -1. -1 means a last element it will try to pop up. This is the meaning of a last, like this is the meaning of a removal of this one. Now, here, so let's suppose if I would like to remove a element from a particular indexes. So let's suppose 0th indexes, I would like to pop up a element. So I can do that as well. And as you can see that from a 0th from the 0th location, or from the 0th indexes, so it has popped up what? 2. Now if I'll try to refresh, so this is the remaining element that we have, right? So it has popped up these elements like from 0th location. So by default, as its definition suggests, it will try to extract a element from a last location, right, which is a -1th location. From there it will try to extract your data. Otherwise you can try to give your own index value as well, and it will work for like fine for sure for you. So this is what pop function, this is how a pop function works, guys, at any point of a time. Now there is a operation called as a remove. So let's suppose if I'm going to create a list, so 4 comma 5 comma 6 comma 7 comma 8 comma 9, right? And here, so I can try to call l dot remove. Now here what I can do is, so maybe I can try to remove 6 over here, right? Now L. So you will be able to find out that 6 is gone. Let's suppose if I have replicated 6 multiple times. Now remove 6, right? So here you will be able to find out that it is just removing a very first occurrences. It is not removing other 6 which is available. It is just removing 1. If I'll execute again, another one is gone. If I'll execute again, right, another one is gone. So if I'll execute again, another 6 is gone. So it will always try to remove one at a time from the very first index element. So pop always try to remove a data, and remove also try to remove a data. Pop try to remove a data based on the indexes, and remove will try to remove a data based on the data matching that we have over here. So this is the differences that you will be able to find out, guys. Now, so let's suppose if I have a list, and I can try to call maybe a reverse. So I think we all know how to reverse a list element, right? So reverse a list element. So here, this is the list element that we have. and permanently if you have to reverse. So L dot reverse you can try to call, and permanently it has reversed all the data, or all the data that we have inside a list element. So it is able to do that. So this is L as of now. Now L dot I can try to call sort. So L dot sort, and then I can try to execute it. So here it is trying to perform a sorting operations, and then in a sorted way it is trying to show me a data. So this is what happens, L dot sort operation. So I think over here you will be able to get a very clear, neat and clean claim in this particular place. Now let's suppose list wise, if I have this list where I have multiple elements, right, and I have some string as well, right? So L dot sort, if I'm going to call, it is going to give me issue because it is not able to perform a sorting in between these two elements, right? Let's suppose if I'm going to take again same list, but this time there should not be any kind of a string in between. So in this case, what will happen if I'm trying to write like a L dot sort and then execute it and then try to see L? So yes, it has sorted all of these data, which is a combination of a floating point number and a integer, right? So this is something that you all will be able to get, you all will be able to find out as a basic function, right? So these are nothing but it's just basic functions that you will be able to see, or you will be able to get at any point of a time. So now I would like to start with the comprehension operation, but before that, so I would like to give you some sort of questions. So let's try to solve some of the questions over here first of all, and then try to move ahead with the different operations. So after this, I'll try to talk about list comprehension operation. So here, right? So here we have a question for you. So question wise, okay. So let's suppose I have a list. Inside that, I have a list. I have some other elements as well inside this one. So this is the data set that you can try to prepare, right? And now, so what you have to do is, so you have to extract, right? So first of all, inside this L, so you are question number one is nothing but append two more list, any list you can try to append. So append two more list and one complex number in this list in between, not at the end, in between. So you have to append a data, or maybe something you have to do. So you have to append a data in between. So I'm not looking for at the end or in a beginning. So I'm looking for in between data. So two more lists you have to append and one complex number you have to append. Now second operations that you have to do over here is, so nested list contain a string, then find out its index in nested list and print it remove. Question number three is, you have to extract second element of. So these are three questions, guys, for you, and just try to like do it. So first question says that you have to insert some element or in between, right? So there can be a. So first you can create a list with this structure as I have mentioned, right? So one, two, three list, and then other data type, any kind of data type you can pick and choose. Then try to insert a data in between. So anywhere you can try to insert. Now I've written a question that if your nested list contain means internal list, nested means nothing but your internal list contains, right, a string. So if it is having some string element, right, so for sure you have to take a list in that way. So if it is having a string element, then find out its index. So at what index of this nested element, so this things is available, a string is available, right? Print those indexes, and after that, so remove that string. So print it and then remove those string. You have to extract second element of, and after that, so once you will be able to remove the string, after that, so whatever nested list will be a remaining one, right, and its element, remaining element, so out of that, so you have to extract a second element. So just do it. Hope this question is clear to every one of you. Quick, guys, so you have next, I can say, 6 minutes to 7 minutes of time. So it's 3:57 as of now, and like 4:04. So we'll try to continue, and we'll start looking at your solution. It's a very basic one. I think 6 minutes is fine. 2 minutes for all question. 2 minutes for each. Okay, so fine, guys, time's up. So I think we have received a multiple solution, right? So now let's start talking about solutions that has been provided by you itself. So let's see whose solution is correct, incorrect, or whatever it is. I've just copy and pasted. Simple. I have not checked all of those solutions, so we'll try to check, right? We'll try to see like now whether the solution is correct or not, and as per our requirements or not. So first of all, I would like to go through this solution, right? So here this is our initial list which was created. Okay, so three nested list, that is fine. And then list dot append, so fine, append, this is fine, this is fine. So again, first statement is correct, so append two more list, two more list, one complex number. So yes, he is able to, or she is able to insert or append these two things. So append two or more list, one complex number in this list between the existing element, right? So I have asked you to like insert this data, not append. So append will always try to append your data at a last, right? That's the reason. So in between, I have mentioned in between. Okay. So I think you should use insert operations over here instead of using a append operation, as we all know that append will be able to append a data at the last, right? But I have given you a simple condition that in between. So let's try to look into this solution then. So first question, okay, so this is correct, this is correct, this is correct. Okay, fine. Now insert, so one list at second position and insert at -1 position, that is fine. And then append. So he has used both insert as well as append. So yeah, you can try to use it. This is like acceptable. Okay. So first question is done, right, in this particular part. So first part is done. Now second part, if your nested list contain a string, right, then find out its index. So here I have said that okay, if this is a list, right, so let's suppose if this is a list that we have, so let's suppose this is a list which I'm going to create, and pop index out of range. No, I'm not looking for that. Okay. So here, this is a list that we have, let's suppose. And if I'll try to print a list, so as you can see inside this list, so inside this list, we have multiple list, right? And inside some of the list, we have a string. So my question was very simple, that you have to go through all the list element. And if inside that we have a string, so we have to find out its indexes. And then in a later stage, question number 3, so we have to, or if it is a string, so we have to remove it in question number 3. So we have to print the second element. Okay. So let's try to understand what is his solution, his part, his version of the solution. So for I in L, okay, fine. So I will try to iterate through this entire list. That is completely fine. And then after iterating through a list, what I will do, so if type of I is equal to list, okay, fine. So if this type is equal to list, so in that case, we are supposed to go through all the list, right? So we are supposed to go through all the list. If type of j is equal to str, okay, so print index of I. No, this is incorrect. So here what you are trying to do, so let me try to execute it separately, right? So again this will fail. So now here, right, so here you have mentioned that try to print index of I, right? Now what I will do over here is I will try to create my string in this way. Will this work? So for j in I, he has written for I in L. Okay, for I in L, okay, fine. So if type is equal to list, fine. I'll try to go through this list, this list, this list. Okay. And then I will try to like check this one, and this will fail here, right? If I have similar string. So we all know that index will try to do what? Index will try to give you index of the first occurrence. I have an element at third, fourth, and fifth position. So ideally, I was expecting 3, 4, and fifth, right? But this one is giving me 3. Fail. Now going to the third solution, which I have copy and pasted. Okay. So let's see whether this solution will pass or not. So this solution has crashed over here. So just rectify it. Hope this is clear, right? Why I'm failing this. Yes, guys, everyone. Yeah. So now let's try to check this solution. So this is a list that we have. I think one bracket is missing, I assume. This one. Okay, fine. No, it's fine. Okay. Now, so let's check the solution. Hmm. Okay. So what he has done. Okay, this is the list. Okay, fine. So two, I had asked three, so he has created two. That is fine. Insert at second position, third position, first position. Okay, that is fine. So finally, I will be able to get this as a list. So this is the list which I will be able to get. Inside this list, we have some string somewhere. We have this. Okay, fine. And now I will be looking for this one, solution for Q2. Let's see whether his solution pass or not. Okay. So for I in L, okay, type is list. Okay. J in I, fine. So J in I, fine. Okay. And if type is equal to a string, so I dot remove J. But again, I have asked one thing, that you have to print, find its index, right? So you have to give me indexes as well, and then you have to go for the removal operation. Okay. So then you'll have to go for the removal operation, and again your remove will fail over here, because the reason over here is you are trying to remove a element, and this remove function will try to remove from the very first location. So remove one time, second time, third time, it will go through it. Remove will work. Yeah. Remove will work. It will be able to remove. It will be able to remove. No, this will also fail. Just one time, right? So remove J. And J is what? So for J in I. J in I means I is your nested element. J in I. No, fail. So again, you are not able to remove this one, right? Solution failed. This is working. So anyone guys who can ping me a working code? All three solutions I have copy and pasted, and all these three solutions has failed. I'll copy and paste another solution. Many solutions we have, right? So I'll try to check on that solution itself. Let's see whether this one is working or not. So okay, this is like one list string. Okay, and then you have this another list. Insert at one position list, fine. I think you are inserting it, that is fine. Not fulfilling the complete condition of question number one, but that is not my concern at all, because it was just an insert operation. Okay, so this is a list that you have created. Question number two for I in L. Okay, if type is equal to string, fail. I think you are able to get it, guys, right? So why the solution is failed? This one is failed. This is working. So Nabil, where is your code, man? So let me check. Okay, Praveen is saying that his code is working. Let's see whether your code is working or not. We'll get to know. Okay, so he has done this. Okay, so this part will work fine. Insertion is fine, and then he has written this one. Let's see, for I in L1. So let's suppose I have L1 over here. So this is your L1. We have a string. This. Okay. List for J in type is equal to print index of J. You have made the same mistake which first, then you are removing it. Okay. failed. I think you got your answer right. Why I'm failing your code? Everyone is saying that my code is working when I am trying to check it, so it's failing. Type your pin index I remove fail. Subham, your solution is fail. Uh, okay, let's check this one. Devanshi. So let's check her code. Okay, so let me see what she has written. So here is a list that we have for E in L. Fine, insert is fine. She has made simple thing in a complex way. So string is there. This one is there. Okay. Now, okay. So I can try to for I in L if type is list. E in I type is equal to str. Remove it, and then here. So index. Hmm. Fail. It is not able to remove the second one. So failed again. Santosh has written something. Let me check. See, everyone is saying that mine is working, and none of your code is working, right? Okay, so he has not even taken a string case. Let me check this one. So we'll be able to check TST. So guys, are you able to get a mistake at least? Are you able to understand what kind of a mistakes that you have made? Is it clear? Yes. So approximately every one of you have done the similar kind of mistake. Means similar kind of a disaster all of you have created. 3, 4 list index out of range. There is some problem with the iteration that you have created. Yeah. Check my code, please. Yeah, I'm just checking your code. Many code I can see and reject it there itself in a chat box. I can see working 100%. Samir is saying that his code is working 100%. Let's see. Samir, he has created. So hmm. Now for I in L, type list JI, okay, type string, got a string, got this string at this location. So format type of J, got Samir at string at this one. This is what this location, this is what you're trying to print. This location. failed, not able to remove. So see, guys, a problem with you is like you are not testing it with multiple occurrences of the same string, right? So I have given you a very clear question that what you have to do is, now I'm not going to check any of your solution. I know that I have seen all of your solutions. So you all have made a same mistake, exactly same mistake you all have made. And repeatedly I'm asking you rectified, rectified, but still you are not rectifying it. And that's created disaster actually, right? So no, again, Sudhir is written this code. Your code will not work. Just try to test it, guys. So if you think that your code is working, right? So let me give you one data. Okay. So let's try to do one thing, right? So try to test it with this data. If your code is working and if it is able to remove everything, then you can then only you can ping me. Otherwise, don't ping me your code, right? So this is a list that we have, right? So this is the list, final list L1 that we have. So just try to do one thing. Let me create one, right? So L is equal to this, right? So just try to test your code with this list. If it is able to remove all the B, right, and if it is able to give me location of all the B, your code will pass. If not, so your code will fail. Now after testing, ping me a code. So what I'm looking for over here is like an index of all B. We have a repeated B, index of all B I'm looking for, a removal of all the B. One person is asking that how to perform a bubble sort in list. Great. First of all, try to solve this one, then go to the bubble sort. Because to understand a bubble sort, at least you must be having that capability to like adopt it. People are not able to solve this simple problem and they're asking about bubble sort. Great. This is the way you will learn. Guys, quickly test it and then send it to me. This is a serious concern. You're not able to like solve this simple problem, right? That I have given to you. So try to test your code on this data that I have given to you, right? So you are supposed to remove all the B. Before removal, I'm looking for indexes. And ping me only that code which is working. Otherwise, don't ping me a code. Okay. So enumerate L, fine. You are trying to assign the indexes ij. Okay. And then like type D, then you are trying to like if ij is equal to cc. I think people don't know what they are trying to do over here. No, guys, Mayank, your code will fail, and then like Dhruv for index value enumeration. So list To delete, this works for the second question. For item in L, if type is equal to list, to delete. Okay, fine, you created one list. And then for I in item, if type is equal to a string, print item index, to delete append, to delete, to delete. Okay, so for loop one, then this. Okay, for I in item. Okay, fine. Then if type is equal to string, print, to delete append. No. Hmm. It's not able to remove T. Okay, so none of your code is working, guys. So maybe what you can do is try to take these things as a homework and show me your code, right? And I think you have data as well, right? So you have to test it on this data. You have to remove this one. First of all, print an index of all the in string which is available inside the nested list, right? So give me index of this, index of all these three. And after giving a indexes of all this, right? So then try to remove it. So try to like remove all of those things from here. So this is the objective that you have, and I think you have to complete this objective before your next doubt clearing session. Plus I will give you another uh, things as well to practice, but yeah, so try to do it. It's not that tough. Let me give you one hint, right? Yesterday, if you remember, so there, so in case of a string, we were trying to perform a similar kind of a thing. So here count function, if you're going to use, so it will try to give you a count of, or like a count of each and every string. So you can try to use in this way. So you can try to pick and choose a string, and then for every string you can try to maybe get a count, and then after getting a count, so you can try to one by one start finding it, right? Start finding it throughout the complete like a nested list that you have in the particular list, each and every string. And once you will be able to get exact indexes, then simple apply pop function, right? Pop with the indexes, it will remove. So this is how you will be able to use it. So in a very first like example, in a, none of you are able to give me a correct answer. I can see in your like chat box itself. So it's incorrect. Everyone is making a similar kind of a mistake. Okay, fine. So just try to use it, test it, and then give it to me. I'm not looking for like again this kind of answer. Try mine. So like everyone have made the same disaster. I can just see and I can check that one. Okay, fine. So Karthik, incorrect. So this is our limitation, guys, right? This is show me your outcome in your doubt clearing session. Yeah, I will be available. Wednesday doubt clearing session. Okay, plus I'll give you a few more tasks so you can come along with your like solution for all those tasks which I'm going to give it to you, and try to complete all of those tasks, because at the end of this today's class I will give you some homework from my side. Generally I used to give that when I take a classes, because which will be apart from your assignments. It will not be a part of your assignment. You have to come to the class and then show me, or maybe an outline session you'll have to come and then you'll have to show me. Yeah. Okay, Now, next one, we can try to do one thing. So I think someone is asking me a question that how we can try to take a list as an input from a user, right? So let's suppose if I'm going to create a list, right? And that too, I have to take all the data input from the user and then I have to create a list. So what I can do is, so for I in range, I can write. So let's suppose 10 element I have to take, right? So for I in range, and here, so I can try to take input and input from the user. If I'm just looking for integer input, right? So if I'm just looking for the integer input, so I can try to take it. And then over here, so l dot append, I can try to write. So it will keep on taking input 10 times and then it will keep on appending it. Let's keep it for the 5 times. So here 45, 45, 45, 23, 23. And then you will be able to print L. So yeah, as you can see, so this is the list input that you will be able to get from the user, right? So someone have asked me, I think I have seen this question in a chat box. So this is the solution for that one, how we can take input from the user as a list, because we know that input function will always try to take a string as an input, right? And even if I'm going to pass maybe input as a, so let's suppose input as if I'm going to pass over here. So if I'm going to pass input, if I'm going to call, and if I'll execute, and if I'm going to pass something as a list, so it will try to convert this one into a string, right? And if I'm going to use this function, right? So here you will be able to find out that a string inside the list, it will try to enclose, right? So that will be an issue. So it's better to go ahead with this one. So here in this way, you will be able to get the input from the user as a string. Okay, now next question, next thing that we are going to explore over here is list comprehension operation. Okay, so let's try to understand what is a comprehension, right? And comprehension is again a easiest possible way by which you will be able to write a multi-line code into a single line. Hmm. Index of a string base 2, 3, 4. So this is a solution from Vinod, and this is the correct solution, guys, right? So this is the correct solution that he has built. I'm expecting a similar kind of a solution from every one of you. So yes, he is able to do everything. And yes, as you can see, while j is less than length, okay, fine. If type of this one is string, print this one, this one, this one, okay, this j plus 1, fine, and then j0, while this length type is string, okay, so then continue. Yeah, this is the correct one. This is what I was looking for. What about demo? Which demo you're talking about? I don't know. So no, demo wise, he is not supposed to remove, right? I have clearly mentioned that if a string is a part of your, I never talked about demo. If a string is a part of your nested list, then you have to remove it, right? This is what my question was, that if it is a part of nested list, so I have to remove it. And I think he has done correctly. And if he can do this thing, so I think he can remove this one as well. That is fine. But my question was very clear and straightforward, that from a nested list, you have to remove. So just try to understand this solution, guys. Yeah, I think we all understand while and all those things. And for sure, you will face some kind of a pain while understanding this set of a code. Let me ping this one. Let me ping these things in your chat box as well, so that you can understand. Anyhow, this notebook will be available. Try to understand it. Those who will not be able to understand, I will explain in that case. Okay, not today, next class. Then we will try to check a solution from others. But yes, try to understand this part, because he has not written anything which we have not discussed, right? So he has used all those things which we have already discussed. Okay, fine. So this is great. So how many of you are not finding yourself in a comfortable zone? Can I get like a response from them? Okay, one, two, three. Okay. I'm getting while in class, but in confusion. These guys are pro. No, nothing is like a, no one is pro or something. And this is not a pro kind of a coding. If you say like this kind of a example as a pro, then you can go and check our machine learning coding part. So then what you will say? I practice that much, maybe because of lack of practice. Yeah. So guys, see, the thing is, it's a for loop, it's a while loop, right? This is something that we are trying to use. Try to understand that part. Yeah. That's the reason. So I say that from the very first class, that try to practice with me, because if you will not practice, yes, you will find difficulties, right? And if you are beginner into a coding, there is no doubt that you will not find difficulties, but at least you have to spend 2 week of time, 2 to 3 week of time, right? On a daily basis, half an hour, not even 1 2 hour or 5 6 hours, right? Half an hour for just 2 to 3 week, and you will find yourself in a comfortable zone for sure, right? These things are actually not tough. If you will go through a code line by line, right? If you will go through a code line by line, so you will be able to find out that no, this is something which I'm able to understand it, right? Now if you will see just for once, right, it will like it looks like, okay fine, so this code is too heavy, right? Or I won't be able to do it, something like that you will feel, right? But no, it's not like that. So try to understand first of all problem statement, then try to understand how I will be able to reach out to that particular substring or like a nested list or something. Then what I have to remove, right? So then what I have to like do next, so like finding indexes, then removing all of those things, right? So in this way you will be able to learn. And that's the reason. And again, not this kind of a coding we are not going to use in our machine learning, believe me, right? In machine learning, when we'll try to like build some model, coding part will be much more easier. Here I'm trying to start from a basic of list declaration, and then based on that, so I'm trying to give you some problem statement, so that we will try to like get into some good labels, right? So where we'll find ourselves comfortable, because when you see a complex things, right, and when you will be able to touch those complex things, so below that everything will be easy, right? The complex, there is nothing called as complex or easy, so it's just a state of mind. So once we will be able to do it, I think we can get into that. So just try to spend time. Typing is very much important. Coding is nothing, it's just all about typing, right? So typing is very much important. So the way we used to like do a chit chat a day and night on a WhatsApp or maybe somewhere, right? In a similar way, just try to type. This is what I want. I'm not asking you to learn coding. I'm just asking you to enhance your typing skill. That's it. And then you will see you will be able to do it, right? You will be able to learn it. So just try to see in different way. I think it will be very difficult for me or tough for me. What is tough? It's a for loop. We are trying to iterate through it, and then we are trying to check a condition, right? And then we are trying to see that, okay, fine. So at this indexes, what is the element? We are trying to check a length. Then we are trying to iterate through it. So engineer becomes typist. Yeah. So we try to do a typing a lot and then copy a paste. This is what engineer does. So logic nahi samajh pa raha hai. See, logic means, okay, let me tell you this logic. Let me explain this code itself, right? And which is written by, I think, Binod, right? So see, this is the list that we had, right? This is the list that we have. Okay. Now, so what we are trying to do over here, we are trying to iterate through all the lists. So I will try to go through this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one. Okay. I will try to go through a list. Today lecture is speedy one compared to the previous one. Today lecture, I have not discussed even anything. It's your solution. I'm just talking about that. I have not even discussed much in today's lecture. So, okay, let's have a discussion. Let's have a discussion on that. I think we will be comfortable. Okay, so it happens in a classes. So here this is the list, and we are trying to go through this list. Fine. So one by one, in a very first iteration, what will happen? So I will try to go through this one, then I will try to go through this one, then through this one, then through this one, then through this one, then this, then this. Fine. Okay. So initially value of I will be nothing but this, then second stage this one. Okay. Now here we are trying to check that if type of I means whatever we are trying to extract out of this one, if type of I is equal to list. So if it is a list, right, then what we have to do, right? So then what we have to do, so Vinod has initialized another variable called as j is equal to 0, right? So he's trying to check that while j is lesser than a length of I, means let's suppose if I have extracted this one, this list. Now what is the length of this one? Length of this one is nothing but, I can say 3, right? So he's trying to check that if length of j means 0, right? So 0 is lesser than 3, so it will be true. So it will try to get inside this one. So if type I of j, so I, what is I is nothing but this first element. So I of j, so I of, let's suppose 0, I of 0 is what? 1, then I of 1 will be what? 2, then 3, and so on. So if it is a string, right, if it is a string, then try to do what? So try to print a index. So if I'm available at this position, right, and this is nothing but represented by whom? A j, right, represented by j. So I can try to like print this one, that okay fine, so this is something that I have, so j is a indexes, then try to increment a j, right, and then try to check. So we will keep on iterating through this one. So in this way what I will do, so I will end up getting what? I will end up getting index of everyone. Is it making sense? Again, in second iteration, what will happen? So this will be I. In second iteration, this will be I, right? This will be I. So I will try to check I is equal to list. Yes, true. Then again, j will be equal to 0. Just it's a another variable. And then it will try to check if length of I means length of this entire list. What is the length? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So length is equal to 5. So j is lesser than 5. True. If type of, right, so I is this one, so I of 0 is equal to a string, right? If it is equal to a string, right, so then try to print the indexes of this one. Okay, so try to print indexes of this one and try to increment a j. So in this way I will keep on incrementing it. I will keep on incrementing it, and then I will be able to get the final result. Simple, right? So it's not at all difficult, right? So ij, what ij is representing? So I of j is nothing but it is trying to represent the element. Can I say that? I of j, so I of 0. So let's suppose this is my I. So I of 0 is what? 11. This is what it is representing, right? So again, someone is asking me that what is this? So like, so it's actually easy. So see, coding is nothing. So many people, I have seen that even when I have started coding, so in my maybe college days, at that point of a time, it scared me a lot. And that too, I have started from C, C++, and then Java, and then cells. Yeah, Java I have used in my professional life as well. C, C++ I have never used in my professional career. Just I have used while I was trying to study something. And Scala, right? Scala I have used. Python heavily I'm using, and cell scripting I'm using so heavily for to automate many of my work. So initially, yes, it looks like code is tough, but don't try to think code as code. Try to think code as a story, right? Try to understand that story and try to break it down in bits and pieces, right? So start from here, one step at a time. I'll try to take, and then try to understand. I think we all know what is for loop. I think we all know what is list. I think we all know what is while. I think we all know what is if and else statement, right? Even if you're not confident in that one, then try to print it, print everything, and then try to check the logic. So if you will go a step by step, then you will be able to build, or you will be able to form a logic, right? So this is how we are supposed to iterate through a code. It's not like I will just try to take an alien look over here and then, okay, fine. So this code is like a very complex. I'll not try to understand. This is actually a mindset that we have, right? And I think we all are able to understand that part, right? It's just a mindset. It's just a like a blockage, you can say, right? Try to remove that blockage, and then just it will take 2 to 3 weeks, not more than that. And if you are doing it right, just let me know after 2 to 3 weeks how comfortable you are. That's the reason. So initially, I used to spend a lots of time just in this kind of a discussion, because I know this is a pain point, right? And like we are not used to of writing a code. If you write same thing in Java, right, you will leave coding for sure. I can bet you will leave coding on a very first day. You will rather say that, okay, fine, so like I don't want to learn. If you write same logic into a Java, so Python is comparatively too easy, right? Even kids will be able to do it. Non-professionals, non like technical professionals are using coding. I have many friends from like a many variety of background, civil, mechanical, completely like a commerce guy, and then they used to write even a much better coding than me. They're very good actually with respect to a code. So it's just a step by step, simple. We understand everything actually, whatever is written, but one step at a time. And don't like I have seen in a chat box, one person asking how we can implement bubble sort into this one. You're not able to solve this, and now you're talking about bubble sort. Talk about Dijkstra Kruskal. I will be happy to talk about that. NP hard problem. So just try to cope up with the story, just a story, nothing else. So it should not scare you. Is it fine, guys? Yes. Okay. Now coming to the second part. Okay. So here he is able to print all the indexes. Yes, this is clear. Now, so while J, right? So J is lesser than. So again, same logic. So this logic is for what? This logic is just for printing a indexes, right? Index of all the things, which is like a I can say which is a string, right? I'm from a chemistry honors background, but now really getting comfortable as you are saying. So yeah, it's background. Like I don't understand. Many of you talk about a background. What is the meaning of background? So if there is a person from a computer science background, that doesn't mean that that person will be expert into a coding and all the computers, right? Otherwise, that person has secured a job maybe into a very good company or maybe into a Google or Microsoft somewhere, right? It's not like that. You will be able to find out a guy from a computer science and IT background, so who don't know even how to write a like a single line of code, and then how to install a very simple like a IDE. So it's not about background at all. Coding is not about background, at least, right? Nowadays, everyone can do a coding. It's just a way of like expressing yourself, or maybe just a way to solve a problem nowadays, right? Previously, we used to think that, okay, fine. So if we know mathematics, and then if we are from CSE background, then we are supposed to go into a coding. But no, nowadays situation has completely changed. Everything depends upon the IT infrastructure, right? And complete IT infrastructure has been developed and built based on some programming languages, some coding in a backend. So it's a very simple. Coding is just like we learn a language how to speak. In the similar way, you should learn how to convert a logic into a code. This is something as a coding. So not related to a background. If someone is saying that I'm from this background, that background, I don't buy this argument, at least in current situation. Yes, I'm from CSE background, but can't code properly. Yeah, I know, because even I'm from CSE background. But I have seen many of my friends, and when I was into a college, right, literally I was very bad with coding. Very bad means you won't believe. Okay, coming to the next part. Yeah, coming to the next part, this part where we are trying to remove it. Okay, so again we are trying to check, right? So let's suppose this will be I, right, inside this loop. So if type is equal to list, okay, fine. So if list, then what we'll have to do? So while J is lesser than a length of I, fine. So J is lesser than a length of I. J is what? J is 0. Same logic over here, right? So if this one is str, right? So I'll just try to like go through this entire list. First this one, then this one, then this one, right? I will try to go through this one, and then I will try to remove what? So I will try to remove that particular element. So I of J, I will try to remove in this particular case. So this is what he has written. And then continue. Then continue. So I dot remove and I of j, he is trying to remove, and then continuing to the while loop. And again, so it will try to follow the same thing, and then it will try to like continue uh, to a while loop. Now, why he has written a continuous statement over here? So if he will not write a continuous statement, right? See over here. So let's suppose there is a list. So this is the list that I've taken. Let's suppose, right? Now I dot remove, and I have removed what? I have removed I of j. I of j means, let's suppose I have removed 0, 1, 2. So I of 2, let's suppose I have removed. So now this element is not available, right? Now this element is not available. Now if I will try to again remove these things, so here, and if before that, so I have just removed it means what? So here index will change, right? So just try to understand in this way, because this creates a confusion. B, 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 this is the data that we have. So let's suppose if I have removed this one, right? If I have removed this one, so in this case, let's suppose index is 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So if I have removed this one, right? So now index of this one will become 2 and this will become 3, right? So it will try to change itself. Index will change. So he is not trying to increment a jth indexes. He has written continue. Continue means j value will be same. J value will be same, right? Then again, I will try to check whether it's a string or not, because if I have removed something, things will shift and its indexes will do what? Its indexes will shift. So it's a very good logic, and this is the logic which I was expecting from every one of you. Are you able to think about it, guys? Because what is the issue which you are going to face in terms of removing an element, right? That's the reason, so I have given you this problem statement. So 11, 12, and then we have a b, we have a b, we have a b. So let's suppose if I'm trying to remove something, right? So can I say that this will be shifted here, this will be shifted here, right? So can I say that index state will change, right? Index state will change, right? Index state will change for this one as well as this one. So just to maintain that, so he is not incrementing j. Means if last time j is equal to 2, right? So now object has shifted. So new object came in the place of j is equal to 2, means this location, this location. So I will try to check again this one, right? So this is the place where many of you are going to fail, or almost every one of you are going to fail in this logic. I know about it, right? So, and again, so if like not the case, then if it is not a string, right, then try to increment j, means then try to go to the next one. So it's a beautiful logic, right? Just because of continue, just because of the single keyword, right, over here. So it is able to do it. Is this things making sense to everyone now? Yes. Yeah. See, even I have seen this his code for the very first time, right? It's not like I have prepared this code and then I'm trying to explain you. Vinod has pinged me and then I'm trying to explain it. So see, when I try to go through the code, right, my approach is very simple, right? I will try to break it down. I'll try to go through line by line, even because it's very difficult even for me, right? If I'll start looking into all this code at once, I will not be able to understand for sure. This is not a code which I have written, right? This is a code which someone else has written. So what I will do, I will try to go through each and everything. I will try to understand what element I'm getting at what point, and then I will try to walk through this code for me. So this is how we can try to do it. There are other way as well. This is not the only way. There are other way by which you can try to build a logic, right? So you can try to build this particular part. Now someone is saying that, can you please repeat a continue part? So yes, let's try to understand it. So see, what is the issue? I'll talk about the issue part first of all. So let's suppose I have this list 11, 12, and then B, B, and B, right? This is what I have. Okay. So let's suppose if I will try to check j is equal to 0. Fine. So j is lesser than length of this one. Okay, fine. So I'll get inside this one. Now for this, it will try to check, right, whether it is str or not. It will try to check. So this will be false. So it will not go inside this one. It will try to come over here and try to increment j. Again, go to the while loop. Okay. Now it will j become 1, and then it will try to check for this place whether it's a string. No, it's not a string, right? So increment j. So now j will become 2, right? Then it will come in this particular place. So it will come over here. So now j, so I of j means I of j means this one, I of like at j is equal to 3, right? So 0 1 2. So yeah, at second location, so do we have a string? Yes, this is true, right? If it is true, so just try to do one thing. So from this particular like a list, so I, right? So list dot remove what? So remove I of j means at from this indexes, just remove it. So now this will be gone. By the time you will remove it, right? So by the time you will remove it, so can I say that this entire list will change? If this element is not there, so now I have just 4 element. So if you try to check the indexes 0 1 2 3 and 4. So previously we were having element at second location, third location and fourth location. Now second location element, let's suppose if I have deleted, so can I say that index of this and this will shift, right? So now if I'll talk about a new list, so new list will look like this one, b and b, right? This has shifted. Now j wise, right? I'm here. So what is the value of j as of now? Value of j is still 2. I have not incremented it, right? So I will not increment it. What I will do is I'll try to write continue. Continue means continue to the loop. I don't have to remove in like because I have deleted it. Now j value is 2, so that next time I will be able to check at this location again, right? So again I will try to check. Okay, fine. So it's a str, right? So now let's try to remove it. So now this element location will be shifted. So this is the new list 11 12 and b you will end up creating. So 0 1 2, again j is equal to 2, so we have to check this location again, right? So in this way it will be able to work. What if we don't want to use while loop? Use a for loop. In that case there is no issue, you will be able to do it even without like a um, writing so like a while loop. You will be able to do it. Even for loop will work, even if else condition will work. There are multiple ways to do it. For loop won't work, everything will work. Don't worry. It's just a way of writing a code. Okay, so is this things fine now? Are we able to understand this part, this coding part? Yes. How we can learn more about while and for loop? There is nothing to learn about while and for loop. It's something to like use. Why you are even asking this question? Nothing to learn. While is what you will learn in while loop? It's simple. While condition true, it will get inside that. False, come out of that. This is the only logic that we have. So just try to solve. Problem solving is something where you can try to utilize it. Practice. It's just a practice. It's nothing like to learn something. Syntax you know already know. Fine. Okay, now moving ahead, guys. So moving to the next part. So yes, this is beautiful discussions that we have done. Now let's try to understand more and more here. So just try to type. Okay, so here let's suppose I have a list, and inside that list I have 2 comma 3 comma 4 comma 5, right? So this is a list that we have now. So or maybe I can try to take one blank list as well. So this is a blank list that I have created, right? Now, so let's suppose if I have to like append some data inside this list, right? So if I have to append some data inside this list, then what I will be able to do? So I can try to like iterate through this for I in, let's suppose I have written SUDH, and this SUDH I would like to append inside or maybe insert inside L1. So I can try to write one thing, right? So L1 dot append, and then append what? So append I. So fine, I will be able to print L1, and this is something that I will be able to get. So one by one, I'm trying to iterate through my like a string. So first time S, then U, then D, then H, and then I'm trying to append it. I think we have already seen those kind of things even over here heavily, right? So we are trying to append it. We are trying to remove all of those things, right? Everywhere. Many people have used it. And even before, so we have seen this append and we have seen all those remove operation. Okay, now here, if I would like to write this code into a different way, right? Here, ultimate goal is what? Ultimate goal is to get a list. So I'm trying to insert all of those characters inside a list. This is something that we are trying to achieve. This is something that we are trying to do. Now, let's suppose if I have to achieve same thing in a lesser number of a, or like I don't want to like write a many line of a code. So what I want is, so maybe in a single line, so I would like to do it. So this is where a list comprehension comes into a picture. So list comprehension is nothing but just another way of writing a same thing. So let's try to understand how we can try to write these things by using a list comprehension. It's just a way. So if you are comfortable with list comprehension, use it. If you are comfortable with this one, you can use this one. We don't have any kind of a issue. I think we all understand and we all know that what is a meaning of a for loop, and then how we can try to do, or how we can try to write it down, all of those things. So here, comprehension wise, right? So list comprehension wise, finally we are trying to create a list. So I can write in this way: for I in, right? Let's suppose SUDH. Fine. So this is a code I have written over here inside a list. As you can see, inside a bracket, I'm trying to write this one, right? For I in SUDH. So can I say that this I will be nothing but in a first iteration S, then U, then D, and then H? This is how it will keep on extracting a data. It will keep on extracting I, right? So here I can try to keep I. So I, and then now you will be able to get a same result. So this approach is called as comprehension operation. This is a simple, normal, traditional for loop that we are trying to write. And this is something called as a comprehension operation. Now let's try to understand one more time here, right? So for I in SUDH, we completely understand this for loop. So it will keep on extracting one by one all of those data. It will try to store these things in I. So first iteration, store I is equal to S. Second iteration, I is equal to U. Third iteration, I is equal to D. Fourth iteration, I is equal to H, right? So here, in case of a list comprehension, so here we are trying to mention the output. So here we are trying to do append operation. No need to write append operation over here, right? Automatically, it will try to give you result in this way. Simple. So again, both code is doing a same thing, right? This is just a way of writing this. So if you're not comfortable, that's the reason I have mentioned, if you're not comfortable, right, with a comprehension operation, so you can just try to leave it. There is no issue. You can try to go ahead with this approach, and this will also fine, and you will be able to write down. So comprehension means like we are just trying to minimize the number of line of a code further, right? Although this is 2 line, we are just trying to write this down into a single line, you can say, right? So this is a list comprehension. Maybe if I would like to create a list of list over here, right? So list of list. So as you can see, I'm just trying to enclose these things within a list. So whatever output you will get, whatever I value you will be able to get, enclosing every I inside what? Inside a list, right? Enclosing everything inside a list. So here you will be able to see a nested list in this particular places. Now I will try to show you another example as well. So here, let's suppose if I have created a blank list, right? Here I have created a blank list, and then I can try to write for I range of maybe 10, right? This is something which I have written. So I will, so we all know that what range function will do, right? So I can write over here that, okay, fine. So if I percentile 2, right, is equal to 0, so just try to do one thing. So L dot append, L dot append what? So L dot append, you can say maybe I. Here I have made a small mistake, as you can see, right? So indentation wise, fine. Now here, so if you will try to print L, so yes, I'm able to get all the data. Now what is the logic? Let's try to understand this logic first of all. So here I have written that for I in range of 10. Now what range of 10 will do? So it will try to generate a number 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 till 9. Upper bound is 10. So it will try to generate a data till 9, 0 to 9. Okay. Now we have written a condition. So in a first iteration, 0, then 1, then 2, then this, it will extract. Now if I percentile, right, I percentile 2, so this is nothing but it will always try to give you a remainder. I'll try to show you in the simple way, right? So here, if I'm going to write 5, right, percentile 2, so I will be able to get 1. So why I'm able to get 1? So if you will try to divide, those who don't understand, just for them, so if you will try to divide 5 by 2, right, so 2 into 2 is equal to 4, remaining is equal to 1. So this remainder you will be able to get over here. right? This is something that this symbol used to give it to you. Fine. Okay. Another example, maybe like I can try to use 8, this one, 3, right? So 2 will be a remainder. So 8 divided by 3, so 2 will be a remainder. So it will always try to give you a remainder over here. So I'm trying to check that if I is a even number, so even number will be divided by 2. So if I is a even number, right? So if I is an even number, let's suppose if I'm 8 is an even number, if I'm dividing these things by 2, right, I will be able to get remainder is equal to 0. So if I is an even number, so in that case I ampersand 2 is equal to 0. So if it is an even number, then only append it. So this is a small like a line of a piece of a code which I have written over there, right? A very small piece of a code which we have written in this particular place. Now I will try to implement a same thing with the help of list comprehension, right? So to implement the same thing with the help of list comprehension, what we can do, so this is the same list I have to achieve. Maybe I don't want to write 4 line of a code. I just would like to know, like write like a 1 line of a code, right? In 1 line of a code, if I have to do it, so how I will be able to do it? So create a bracket first of all for list comprehension, and then try to write same code. So just arrangement wise for I in, right? I in range of what? Range of 10. Okay. This is a very simple line. Then what I have to do is I have to write a condition. So I can write a condition over here. So if I percentile 2 is equal to 0, right? So here we know that this will give me 1 by 1 data. Here I have written a condition that, okay, fine. So based on this I, so this is a condition. Now I will be able to get some output. So here also I was getting an output. I was trying to append it with the list. So here I can try to mention an output. Simple. So can I say that in both the places I'm able to get the same result? So even in this way and even in this way, so I'm able to get the same result. Yeah. So here the only advantage is, so I'm able to get a result, right, in a single line, but code wise it's same. Code wise it's approximately same. Yes. So this is something called as a list comprehension. You will be able to find out. So I think this one is good, guys, right? Everyone? Yes. Okay, so let me try to like show you some other example with respect to a list comprehension. So here, right? So here I have again another blank list, let's suppose, right? Here I have another blank list, let's suppose. Now I can try to write for I in a range of maybe 10. Okay. So I can try to write it down. Again, I'll write a raw code and then comprehension code. I'll try to write. So I can write if I percentile 2. So I'm just trying to check for like a even and odd number. So if it is not equal to 0, not equal to 0, so in that case you can try to do L dot append. You have to append odd or even. So you can append odd, right? Else you can try to append what? So else you can try to append L dot append, right? You can try to append a string called as even, right? So you just have to like find it out that, okay, fine, so this is even, this is odd, right? And now if I'll try to print L over here, so even odd, even odd, even odd. So we know that 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. So 0 will be like a even, then like 1 will be odd, then 2 will be even, 3 will be odd. So in this way it is able to print each and everything for me, right? It is able to print all of those things. It is able to give me a list. Now what if I have to write the same thing with the help of list comprehension? How I will be able to write it down, right? So there are way by which you will be able to write. So for I in range of 10, so it will generate a 10 number. Okay, so it will generate a 10 number. Now we have to write these things. We have to take this as an output. So output wise, whenever you have to take an output, so output wise you have to write a code in left hand side. If you have to write some kind of a condition, right hand side. Simple. Yes. Even we have done the same thing over here. So whatever I'm supposed to get as an output based on whatever condition, so I can try to write a code into my left hand side. So what I can do over here is, so I can try to write that, okay, fine, so it should print odd, right? Print odd if I percentile 2 is equal to, or maybe not equal to, same condition, not equal to 0, else, right? Else it is supposed to do what? So else it is supposed to print what? Even. Are we able to get same thing? No, this will be I, right? Yeah. So are we able to get the same thing? Yeah. So this code is same, right? This code is same. The only way is the way I'm trying to write a code is little bit different. So that's the reason I told you that if you are not comfortable with, because I have seen many people are not comfortable with a comprehension operation in my previous classes as well. Many, and also you can try to write a code in this when no one is going to like ask you any question that why you have not used list comprehension, why this one. Like generally people use this one. Shorthand wise, you can try to write in a shorthand as well. This is a shorthand code, simple, in which you can write it down. Condition should be written at the end or before for. See, here is a condition which I have written for print statement, right? For printing means to take a output. If I have to write a condition, right? If I have to write a condition for let's suppose this one, if I have written. So if I have to write a condition for that, so in that case I can write for filtration. If I have to write a condition, then after I can write a condition for any kind of output before a for loop. Okay, so just try to do again an experiment, as much experiment as possible with respect to all of those things, and you will be fine. Any kind of a code, you all can write it down, right? Any kind of a things you will be able to write it down, and then you will be able to get the same thing. Okay, now I'll show you some more example. So guys, are you able to do it, or shall I ping you a code in your chat box? People directly used to say ping code. They don't want to take a pain of even typing. It's bad. Initially, it's bad. In a later stage, if you will do a copy and paste, even I do a copy and paste. I don't write majority of the code, right? But yeah, so once you will learn, and then if you will do a copy and paste, it makes sense. It's not like you have to write all those things from the scratch and then you have to write in the line of code. It's okay to do a copy and paste. I never deny that, but yeah, not as a beginner. Fine. So just try to behave a little bit honest with all of you, with yourself. Yes, I have just pinged your code. Don't try to use it unless and until it's too much necessary. Okay, so now what we can do is, so let's try to create, let's try to see one another example. So let's suppose if I can try to create one matrix list, right? And I can write for I in a range, right? For I in range of 3, let's suppose I have written. So we know that 0, 1, 2, it will try to go till 0, 1, 2. Okay, now so matrix mat is nothing but it's a list that I have created. So mat dot append. So I can try to append what? So I can try to append one list inside this one, which can be a blank list that I can try to append. Now I can try to write another for loop. So for I in j, right? For I in or maybe I can write in this way, for j in a range of 3. Okay, so this is the nested for loop that I have written over here. And inside that, what I can do, so mat of I, right? I can try to call append, and append what? So append j, and then try to print mat, and then I'll tell you what I'm trying to do it, right? So here I'm trying to create a nested list. As you can see, right, there is a list inside a list which I'm trying to create. Fine, by using a for loop. So what this for loop are trying to do? So this for loops are trying to do a pretty simple thing. This is a empty list I have created. Now I'm trying to create 0, 1, and 2. Even over here, 0, 1, and 2 I'm trying to create. Now here for I in range, this one 0, first of all, mat.append. So what it will do, it will try to take a blank first of all, right? Mat dot append. So this is the mat is the blank one. Now we are trying to append what? So in a first iteration, zeroth iteration, it will try to append this list, right? This empty list it has appended. Now again we are trying to iterate through it for j in range 3, right? So again j in range 3. So what is the value of j? First of all, 0, right? So 0 value. Now what we are trying to do, so mat of I means mat of 0 as of now. So in this one, append what? Append j. Now what is j as of now? 0. So 0 it will append. Then again mat of I in this one, append what? 1. Mat of I append 2. So 0 1 2 append, done. It will go out of the, it will try to break out of this internal loop, and then again it will try to do over here, and it will try to go for this one. I is equal to 1. So again it will try to create one blank, and then it will try to fill it with 0 1 2 0 1 2. So here I'm trying to create a nested list, or I'm trying to like create these things in this way. Simple nested list I'm trying to create. Now this is a very straightforward like a for loop that we are trying to create. Okay, now what we can do is, so we can try to perform a same kind of operations with the help of for loop as well. We can try to like a list comprehension as well. So let's try to do it. So for I in range 3, okay, external loop for I in range 3. So what it will do, it will try to give me a value of 0 1 2. This is what I will be able to get as a value of I as an output, right? 0 1 2 I will be able to get. Okay, now I have to create this kind of a list, a similar kind of a list over there, right? So what I can write it down over here. So it will try to give me 1 0 first, then 1, and then 2, right? So for 0th element, right? So inside the list we have to create one another list. So this, there is an external list, inside that I'm trying to create output as a another list. So for the 0th operations, it will try to create one list, and inside that how we are supposed to like write a element or write a data. So for j in, right, range of 3, range of 3. So we all know that it is going to generate what? 0 1 2. So I can try to output, make these things as an output, and here is a data I'm able to get. Simple. This is generating 0 1 2. So for very first time, for the 0th iteration, right, it will try to execute this one. Then for the first iteration, again execute this one. Then for the second iteration, again execute this one. Now inside this one, what we are trying to do, so inside this one we are trying to, like every time we are trying to range j, right? We are trying to range j from 0 1 2 0 1 2, and we are trying to keep that as an output inside this list. So is this things making sense to everyone? Yes. A list comprehension. So both line of code is same, right? So this code and this code is exactly same. Means the output that we are trying to like get is completely same. So it's just about understanding. Just try to build that like a logic internally, so you will be able to understand it. Okay, so here if you have to like write a nested condition, so you can try to write a nested condition as well, right? So let's try to understand this one. So here again another example I can show you for a comprehension. So I'll show you many examples so that you will not get confused. So for I in a range of, let's suppose 8 we are trying to take, right? So we all know that for I in range, if I'll try to take I as an output, so this is something that I will be able to get starting from 0 to 7. I will be able to get that one over here, right? Now I can try to write a multiple if condition. So if I percentile, right? So I will write to check, okay, fine. So whether it's divisible by like a 2 or not. So I percentile 2 is equal to 0. So here in this case, I will be able to get only even number. So it is trying to check the check this condition, and based on that, it will try to give me. So whatever data it will generate, it will try to check the condition. If it is satisfied, then print this one. So here I'm trying to filter it out. So we have already seen that in a very first step itself, right? In a very first step itself. Now here, so I can write another thing. So if, right? So if I percentile 3 is equal to 0, now what has happened? So it is trying to check both the condition. If I have to check for the multiple condition, right? So it is trying to check for a multiple condition over here, right? So Elif, if I'm going to write, it is going to fail. Now if I'm going to write just if this condition and this condition, so in this case it is trying to check if whether this number which it is trying to generate is divisible by 2 and 3 or not. If this is like a if it is divisible by 2 as well as 3, it's fine, I will be able to get the output, otherwise I won't be able to get the output. Now, so another list comprehension operations, here I have included two conditions, right? So this is the code, you all can try to execute it, right? Even without like a comprehension, I think you all will be able to write it down. So without comprehension, if I have to write these things, so without comprehension I can write it down. So for I in range of what? So for I in range of 8, right? And then I have to like a check if I percentile 2 is equal to 0, and if I percentile 3 is equal to 0, right? Then try to do what? L dot append, and append what? So append I here, same result, right? In both the way. So without comprehension and with comprehension, so we are able to get the same result. Yes. So it's basically like this inside this one we are trying to check. So let's try to understand in this way. Let's go along with the flow, and in both the way we can write both the code. Now, so a next example I can try to give you. So let's suppose if I have a list, right? Let me generate one list for I in a range of, right? So maybe I can try to generate 10 number. So okay, so L dot append, right? Append what? I. So this is my L that we have. So fine. This is the list that I have created. Now what I can do is, right? So now I can try to write a multiple condition for I in L. We know that what will happen. It will start extracting the data, right? So here what we can do is, so here we can try to write a condition. So we can try to get output as yes, right? We can try to get output as yes if I is equal to 1. Let's suppose, means if the list input or list element is equal to 1, so in that case it is supposed to give me 1. Else I can try to write, so it should give me no, else it should give me no. And then I can try to like write if I is equal to 2, right? So and else I can say like test it is supposed to print, right? So now just try to understand this kind of a condition over here, right? Just try to understand this kind of a condition in this particular place. So here we have written a condition. Okay, fine. So for I in L, so I will try to go through this one, this one, this one. So for the very first I, it will be 0, right? So it is supposed to print yes if I is equal to 1. So as of now, it can't print yes because I is equal to 0 as of now. This is 0, right? It's a 0. So no, it will not print yes. Else no if I is equal to 2, else test, right? So else no, and then again we have written another elif condition. So if it will satisfy this condition, if it is will not satisfy like this condition, so here ideally it should come to the next one. So it's kind of a elif kind. So if elif kind of a statement I'm trying to write, right? So if this will be satisfied, it's fine. Otherwise, it will jump to the next if statement, and then I will try to check that whether it is satisfying the next condition or not. So in this way, right? If elif condition. So this is how we can write if elif inside a comprehension. It's actually if elif, right? So this is if, and this is a elif kind of a statement that we are trying to implement, not by using elif as a keyword, but in terms of a sentiment we are trying to use it. So this is again one of the example similar. So I will try to write a normal code for this one. So let's suppose we have this list L, right? So for this list itself, so let's suppose I am creating this blank list over here. So for I in L, I can try to write, so if I is equal to 1, just write like a normal code. So this dot append, this variable dot append what? Append I. So if that is there, So append what? So append, yes, if it is equal to 1. I can write elif I is equal to 2, right? So what I have to do is, so this dot res dot append, and append what? So we have to append no, right? Elif we have to append no, and else we have to append test. Are we able to get same thing over here and here, right? So as you can see, right, so like here we have written if condition, elif condition. Similar kind of a things, if you have to write, right, you can write it down in this way. Let's suppose if I'm removing it, right, it will become a invalid syntaxes. So whenever you are writing a comprehension, so always make sure that after the first if you have to mention else, but the meaning of this one is actually elif in this particular place. Okay, so is it making sense to every one of you guys? Yes. So how we can convert this code into a comprehension code? Again, see, if you're not comfortable with comprehension, leave it. Simple. You can, as you can see, like I'm able to write both the version of each and every comprehension which I have mentioned, right? So both the version, so most of you must be comfortable with this version of the code. It's pretty straightforward, right? You can go ahead with that one. So anything you can try to like a write comprehension is just writing a less number of line of a code, right? Sometimes it creates a confusion as well for others to understand. That is also true, right? So you can pick and choose. You can do it or like leave it. I hope companies don't expect a comprehension unless and until you are fulfilling like all the coding standard. So none of the companies are going to stop you. So how comprehension function will get to know that, because it's you are trying to enclose everything within a list, right? So by default it will try to keep it inside the list itself. That's the reason I told you this name is itself is list comprehension, means whatever output you will get inside a list itself you will be able to get. Similarly, so we have a dictionary comprehension as well. Okay, so fine, I think we are good, right guys, right? It's confusing when we have a large code. Yeah, that's true. It's confusing when you have a large number of code. So how was today's class, guys? Is it good, bad, very bad? Challenging. Yes, today we have seen this code, right? So it is challenging. But see, many of you have, the good thing is, right? So you all are in a beginning stage, right? And many of you have participated. I have seen like more than hundreds of people have pinged me a code, although I was not able to take all of your code. That is fine, but still I have seen that hundreds of you are like able to ping me a code, and then we are able to discuss an issue with that, right? We are able to take a walkthrough. So this is how we learn, right? Learning doesn't mean that we should go ahead with the easy things, right? And whatever looks hard today, whatever looks tough today, so tomorrow it will be easy automatically, right? So this is how we always try to progress, right, in our life. So this is it from my side, guys, for today. I'll just take a leave as I have another class. So I think we have Chris, and he will be like taking care of this class. Yes. Bit tricky code, goodness, keep me curious. I don't understand why only one B is not getting deleted. Yeah, one B is not getting deleted because of a index. Because index has changed. Just think in this way: if you are removing something from a list, right? Index of all of those things will change. So last element, because index has changed, now index has reduced, but your index parsing the operation that you're trying to do, so you have incremented that. So now you are on a next one, and your next B came to the previous point, right? And that is the reason. Think in this way. That is the only reason. Because of that, you are not able to do it. Good website for practice coding. There is no good or bad website. Everything is good. Just try to follow your class, right? And your material and your assignment. I can bet you don't try to deviate. See, I have seen many people that unnecessarily they try to share, they try to discuss many different kind of resources. See, I'm telling you, like there are tons of resources available over the internet, but those resources never helps you out, right? In terms of learning, it just creates a confusion. It creates a confusion, unnecessary overhead. You will try to like copy and paste from multiple places, and at the end of the day you will learn nothing. I've seen that, and many of you have also seen that, and many of you have wasted similar kind of a time. So just try to stick to a single platform for a couple of months. After a couple of months, when you feel that now I know something, right, feel free to explore anything, any go to any internet content which is available. But before that, no. It's strictly it's my strict advice to all of you. Just follow one platform, and we have given you each and everything in your dashboard itself. So why to look for like a in any other places, in any other platform? So just practice, close, right? After 3 months, yes, to testify yourself, go and participate in other platform. Then you'll feel now I understand something, and then you will keep on adding something new on top of the same thing. Yeah, paste a last code. Anyhow, this code will be available inside your dashboard, so don't worry about it. But as you have asked me, so let me give you this code. Yeah, this is the code. Okay, so available inside your this one. So fine, guys. So I'm assuming that this week you all will practice half an hour on a daily basis. This is my expectation, and I will try to send some practice question, coding practice question, not assignment, just for you. You don't have to submit the assignment. I'm just leaving up to you. If you want, you can do it. Don't try to take help from anyone. Avoid Google, right? Avoid Google, avoid everything, avoid asking anyone and anything. If you get stuck, then do one thing, go to your class notebook and then try to practice, and then come back and then try to attempt those things. So I will try to post couple of questions in your dashboard itself by Tuesday, right? So by Tuesday, some just from my side, it will not be assignment. Let me tell you one thing, it won't be assignment at all, because in my class I keep on giving challenges and all of those things. Going forward, you will get Python challenge, stats challenge, machine learning challenges with a price. So just try to do it, but not don't even look for a single percent help. Just by yourself, with the honesty and just by yourself, just try to do it. Whatever question I'm going to give it to you, yeah, then see. Because we should keep on judging ourselves, right? We should think that, okay, we should know that, okay, fine, so where is the issue, and then we have to work on that part. This is how we can improvise. So see you again, guys, in your doubt clearing session, right? And come up with all those permutation combination. Permutation combination is very much important. So come up with all the permutation combination in your doubt clearing session, right? And then I'll try to clarify. So personally, I'll try to clarify all of your doubt with respect to any code that you are going to write. I don't have an issue with that. Fine, Chris. So I'll just log off. Yeah, for today. Let me.
Yeah, sure, Sanjay.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks.
Yeah. Bye. Okay, guys, how was the session today? How was the session? Loved it? Yeah. Interesting. Amazing. Yeah. Amazing. I'm pretty much happy. All the sessions you're liking it, you're learning, right? Is it something different? Probably you may have learned Python somewhere else also, but it is entirely different. Prithvi says learned a lot today. Amazing. Okay. Quickly, you can raise your hand now. I'll allow you to talk. Okay. Yeah, please go ahead.
Hi, Krish.
Yeah, hi. Hi,
Hi,
Vinod.
Krish.
Vinod, let Vinod ask, then Shravya, next question you can ask. Yeah.
Uh, Krish, so when we use sort on list, right, sort function, so it is not able to sort when there are heterogeneous elements, like if there is a number and string, right? It gives us an error. But when we try to use reverse function, it is able to do that. So what is the difference between implementation of these two functions?
Okay. Let me just open my notebook file. Okay. Tell me what are the elements you have put up.
Okay, I'll. So, like, you can put any numbers like 1, 2, and 3. These are 3 different numbers, and then any
1,
names,
2, 3,
right? And any string A, B, C, X, Y, Z. Yeah.
right? Like this.
Yeah. Yes.
Then you're doing an
Now,
inbuilt function like
yeah.
this, sort.
Yeah. If you try to do lst dot sort,
Okay, lst.sort.
so it is giving error. But if we try to do lst dot reverse, right? So it is able to identify the heterogeneous elements in correct order.
Where it is coming? This is also not working, right?
No, now you print lst only. So after doing the lst dot reverse, print lst.
Okay, this is an inbuilt. Okay, is sort an inbuilt function inside list? How do you
Yeah.
find out a sort whether it is or not? It
Yeah.
is there,
So
right?
it is. Yeah. Right.
When I'm trying to write like that, it's saying that this operation is not supported for integer and string. Now see, what is this error that is coming? Basically, you need to understand. Error says that whenever you have an heterogeneous, we cannot sort it. That is the main thing. Now, in order to do the sorting, you basically have to write your own custom function, take all the elements inside this, and then sort it. I hope you're understanding. Whenever
Yeah.
you have an heterogeneous element, you will not be able to do it. That is what this inbuilt function is doing.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
You want to add that functionality, you have to write your own custom function.
Yeah, this I'm able to understand. It is not able to compare the string and integer, right? So
Yes.
because
So when this scenario will come, like
Yeah.
suppose if I remove this, then it will work perfectly
Yeah.
fine. Right?
Right.
So if I go and see my list now, it will work.
Yes.
And this gets sorted based on the ASCII code. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. But reverse is working here.
Yeah. Reverse means what? Reverse. See, this is also something like a function only, right? This is also a function. Some code will be written inside that, right? How this reverse function is, probably it is not considering anything with respect to integer or string. It is just reversing the elements.
Okay. Okay. Got
Right.
it.
For sorting the elements, probably they need ASCII code. They need some other information and all, right?
Yeah. It is not comparing. So it is just changing the order. Okay. The reverse thing is changing.
Yeah.
Fine.
Yeah. Next question, Shravya. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. Actually, I have two doubts. So I'll ask the first one. So I would like to know what is the difference between if condition ampersand ampersand one more condition and the nested if. For example, if I give if I percentile 2 equal to 0, ampersand I percentile 3 equal to 0, and the nested if.
And nested if.
Nested if, yeah. That using A and D, I mean, using A and D condition and the nested if. Like, what is the difference?
Let's understand this one. I percentile two double equal to 0. Suppose if I say I have my list of elements like this, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Now suppose if I say for I in list, what does this will do? It will iterate through the list.
Yes.
Right. I will be having these all elements one by one. As the iteration. Yeah. Now, if I write over here, I percentile 2 is double equal to 0.
And?
Okay. And after this and?
Yeah, after this and.
This
I
and, right?
percentile 3, yeah. A and D also we can use, anything, like to check both the conditions.
Okay.
And I percentile 3 equal to 0. So between this and the nested if, for example, if I write if I percentile 2 equal to 0, colon, and after that in the next line, in the third line, if I type it as I percentile 3 equal to 0 without using and keyword, what is the difference between those two sort of coding?
So now if you are writing I percentile 2 is double equal to 0, right?
Yes, again I percentile.
Okay, let's go one by one. Okay, I think many people know this. It's very simple. Now, when I'm iterating through the list element, let's take the first element, I, 1. It is 1, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Now, when I write 1 percentile 2 is double equal to 0, whether it will give me true or false? Just tell me.
False.
False, right?
Yeah.
And this AND operation, have you learned AND operation or operation?
Yeah,
When this
yeah.
side is
So
false,
it will check both the conditions.
Yes.
Yeah.
it will check
Actually,
both the conditions. So I'm going to get false for this, right? Now, when this is false, this will not get executed,
yeah.
right? Then it will go to this one. Now tell me whether it will get false or true.
5%. It is still false. Because
It
will
is
check
still
for
false, so it will not print anything for the first loop.
No, actually, what I mean to say is in line number 5, instead of print, if I type if I percentile 3 equal to 0.
Okay.
Yeah, there.
It's
So I
okay.
just wanted to know the difference between using and, like giving conditions within one statement and giving it in the nested if. What is
See,
the difference?
don't you think over here also, suppose after this I am writing a print statement, suppose, okay, something over here, you can see that you will be able to enter inside this loop only when both the conditions are true, right?
Okay.
You will be able to enter inside this loop only when this condition is true. Okay, one
Okay.
thing. Now after this, if you really want to go inside this loop, then you have to make sure
Again,
that
check
this
for them. Okay. So if I don't write line number 5 and then after line number 4, if I directly write line number 6,
then both are almost
both
same.
will be same.
Yeah, both will be always
Okay. Okay. So yeah, this is clear. And I have one more doubt. So we'll use for loop, right? So for I in range 10, something like that. So in other languages, we have an option to skip some increment option or the condition option. Is it possible in Python also? Can we skip the increment process or can we skip some thing?
See,
So we just give semicolons in C, right? Rather than including the initialization, the condition, and the increment. Is there
Okay.
any option to skip
okay,
in
guys.
Python?
See, that only I'm telling you, when you really want to skip in that particular way. So what we do, suppose I write for I in range, okay, 0, 10, 3. What does this basically mean?
So it will start from 0. It will go till 10 by incrementing the step size with 3. So
3.
the output will be
You got
0,
it?
3, 6, 9.
You got it? No? Okay. So whatever collection you have, you take the length of that and put an increment operation with the help of step size. That's it. Okay.
Okay, so like I wanted to ask, like, can I skip the 3 value and increment the I value within the loop?
I can understand what you're saying. See,
Yeah.
you basically write for loop like this in other programming language, right?
Yes, exactly.
Like this you want to write, and probably what you're doing, you are incrementing I
skipping,
inside
yeah.
that. Okay.
Yeah.
See, that is also possible. When I'll write like this, if I write I is equal to I plus 5, what will happen after this?
So that it will still go check for that 3. There will be some ambiguity.
Are you getting it now?
Yeah. So it will
Done?
not check. Okay.
Okay.
I got it. Thank you so much.
Hi, Krish.
Yeah.
Hi, thanks for taking my question, Krish. I was wondering, can you briefly explain as to when I should use, like the example that you just showed the lady, about for I in range 0, 10, and with the step size 3. For example, when I should use just range and when I should use range, then length of whatever the value or list I have when I want to iterate. Because that is something is confusing, if you don't mind.
Now see, when I write range of 0, 10, 3.
Yeah.
Now what it is over here, this will basically give you an indexes between 0 to 10 with a jump of 3.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Now if I try to write length of this, it is going to give me the length of the entire number of indexes. 4 elements only I'll be able to get.
Regardless if I use length before the range or after the length, after the range, it doesn't matter.
This length should come outside a collection to find out the length of that thing.
Oh, okay.
Just imagine that this is the collection. How many what is the length of this particular collection? I'm just trying to find it out.
Okay.
Now, if I write this length also, then also I have to write range only, right? I cannot just write for I in 4. Can I write like this? No.
Because yeah, you have to count each and every
Yeah, I have to
elements
write
inside
like
the
this, range
yeah
of 4. So
yeah, range
indexes
of
it will
4.
create 0,
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4.
What
Okay.
if inside the range, the bracket inside the parenthesis, I use length and then 4?
Then you write length of
Yeah,
4. Length of
yeah,
4 will not
yeah.
be there.
But maybe a list. You can't use one number.
Yes,
But
so I
yeah,
can use this collection inside this, or
okay.
probably what I can do is that I can make this entire thing like this, elements like
So
1, 2, 3,
basically,
4.
yeah. So length actually uses the entire collection, and range is each and every index of inside the collection. Is that so?
See, when you say indexes, right? Here I'm getting length as 4. Then obviously it is going to start from 0, and it should
2,
be
3.
within 4 only, right? So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we
Yeah.
say indexes. Okay.
Sorry. What did you just say?
Suppose just consider that my length is 4. Okay?
Yeah.
How
yeah.
I'm going to iterate through the elements 0, 1, 2.
Yeah, 0 to
right?
3. Yeah.
Yeah. And one more thing we can do is that inside range, we can also give the first number like 1 to 4.
Okay, that I understand. Yeah.
Okay. So this is only the difference, not that.
Oh, okay. So length of 1, 2, 3, 4 is basically just the whole container itself and not.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I got that. Krish, may I ask you one more question? Is regarding the assignments. Is it okay?
Yeah, sure.
Sure. Okay, great. You see, I went through each and every assignments, and I was fortunate enough to complete most of them from the Python assignments, the basic assignments. However, I was wondering that many of the assignments only covers the theoretical part of it. I understand. I had a word with one of the support team managers, and he said that it is necessary. It is designed in such a way that it is necessary that if you go to an interview, they might, test or gauge your technical abilities, and that's great. But don't you think that there should be any practical questions as well for us to solve, so that I understand that we can go to different websites and stuff like that.
No. Practical questions are out there.
No, I checked from one basic Python basic assignments from assignment 1 to assignment 25. That's all theoretical, and advanced also it's all theoretical. All 25 assignments. Full stack, sir. So, yeah, full stack. Python assignments, basic 1 to 25. Choose anything. It's all theoretical, sir.
See, sir.
Yeah.
What advantages?
Yeah, and it's completely fine. I mean, it allows the student to learn something new.
No, sir. See, what functions return a Python data structure from a string of JSON data?
Right.
It's not theoretical. You basically have to show one example of a code.
I understand. Yeah, that is something I actually thought as well. So you have to create an example and possibly do it. Maybe, when he said that if you go to an interview, they might give you a project or something like that.
No, this is just to get your basics pretty much clear, because
okay,
all this kind of things will be coming in the future, when we are learning all these things while we are implementing project.
Okay.
Especially like the assignments that are designed is for the betterment for yours. If there is theoretical thing, it is well and good. If you are like this kind of question, which function returns a Python data structure from JSON data?
Right.
Probably write a function name. You'll try to write a snippet of code and probably show them.
Okay, that that actually bodes well, because you are trying to create your own example and try to portray that. But I was wondering that will there be like that you have not completed uploading all the assignments, and there might be like more assignments coming up?
No. So see, assignments have already been done, right?
Oh, okay. So there's no practical or coding assignments that is to be uploaded on for Python, right? This is it.
No, sir. Just see this, no? So if you go and see an advanced assignment, did you not find any as such?
I did so, but I thought they were all practical questions, They all, what is, example. Yeah, it's the second one itself. What happens if you don't do something extra to treat an exception? So this is something I have to research and come up with a theoretical answer or something like that. So that's whatever. It was not a sum based, like come up with a certain output or a desired output where you are actually typing in.
See, sir, that only I'm seeing, right? The questions that you're seeing, right? Probably you also have to give a practical implementation. Yes, they've not written show and practical implementation, but here you can see some of the examples. What is this in Python?
Yeah. Yeah. So like, what is like? Like, why is dash and dash? What is all in Python? Or what is this? What is that? I mean, okay, I understand. So basically, if I'm explaining that is something theoretical, I just have to back it up with something practical.
Yes, see this decimal,
Okay.
this values are there. Consider the
Hmm.
following fraction is this. You have to write this in the code, right?
Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. I'll take your word for it then. Then answer each and every question with a practical example. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you very much for it. Yeah. You were
Hi,
saying?
Krish.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, one lady was trying to talk.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hi, Krish.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I just have few doubts regarding the Python comprehension here. So Sudhanshu sir has mentioned that we don't need to get the append function when we are just trying to get the logic directly. We're not we are mentioning append, but when we are trying to give it in the comprehension, we didn't mention any append. So is this the case for any other built-in
In list
method when we are,
comprehension. In list comprehension, you're saying?
yeah, sorry, in list
Just
comprehension.
just give me the code once again.
Yeah, just give me to you. Okay. Okay. So
In the chat, you can just give me.
yeah, pasting it, Krish. Just a moment.
Guys, everybody will get an opportunity to talk. Please be patient, right? Please be patient.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, this is the code. Now see what is happening in this. Here, why you don't have to probably give a append operation. Okay. Oh, there's so much of disturbance. I don't understand. Now see this. When we are actually writing the list comprehension, usually we don't have to give append because all the operations are happening inside these brackets. Okay. Inside these brackets, it is happening. And when it is happening inside a for loop over here. This is just like a for loop, right? For I in range. If I really want to convert this, what do I do? Just see this. Suppose I have this LST. Let me convert this. So I'll say for I in range of 10. Then here I'll basically write this how this code is basically written if I don't use this list comprehension that I'm going to show. So if I write if I percentile 2 is double equal to 0, lst dot append, right? It is going to append even, else it is just going to append no, right? So this is how things are happening over here. Once I execute it, okay, I in range. Now, if I go and see my list, this is how you are getting, right? And similarly, if I go and see your operation, this is how it is happening.
Yeah.
So since you are writing this code inside a list comprehension basically means all this code is running inside this list dot append. You need not write, so everything will get appended automatically inside this.
Okay. So Krish, is there any other function that we can do in this kind of comprehension, like apart from append?
Yeah, there are a lot of things. Sorry, what do you mean by that? But
mean,
remember, the output of this will always be list.
Yes. Yeah, agreed to that point, Krish. But the problem here, the point that I didn't understand is apart from append, can we, perform any other kind of action in this kind of list comprehension, Krish? Maybe I can just give it a try.
Append operation is by default. You can perform any kind of operation inside this. You can multiply, divide by 2. You can do anything. Like suppose if I write like this, instead of writing this if statement, what I'm going to do, just let me see. I'll just remove this for I in range, and I'll just say I multiplied by 3. So what it is, just imagine.
Okay, so it's just printing the value of I, right?
I multiplied by 3. It is printing.
Yeah. At the end output.
Yeah.
Okay, so we should try multiple, kind of actions inside it, and then we can understand, right?
Yeah.
And okay, so coming to the second question, Krish, actually, we can use this maximum function of in list, right? And we get the output depending upon the ASCII value, right? Like whenever we have multiple values inside a list.
This max inbuilt function you're talking about?
Yes, Krish. And which is used on a list having multiple string values. like A and ASF or and starting with Z and all. But
Hmm.
I'm just trying to understand, will it consider only the starting letter inside a string, Krish? Like if it is starting with Z, then obviously the ASCII value of Z will be more compared to A,
See, ma'am, I
right?
think that is also giving some error, right?
No. Krish, yeah, can you fill completely strings? I mean, I don't want a heterogeneous kind of things. Maybe
Okay.
C and D.
Like this.
Yeah, and yeah.
B.
Yeah. So it is taking the ASCII value, right, Krish?
Yeah, just a second.
Yeah.
I will check it out.
Yes.
I'm just checking what is K ASCII value.
Yeah, Krish.
Capital K is 75 and small b is what is the small b ASCII value? Just check someone.
Yeah.
66.
Yeah. So in this case, Krish, is it considering only the starting letter like K and all?
Let's see. Yes,
Yeah.
obviously it will consider the first thing. Okay. Obviously it will just consider the first letter.
Mm-hmm.
So here you are seeing that A comma B is there. Let's see with respect to C, then C will come. If I take with respect to K will come, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
But now if I take capital K, then again K is coming. So definitely this ASCII value is less. Yes, it is taking the first character.
Okay. And the rest of all the characters inside the string are neglected, Krish?
Yeah. Now see in this case, no, I wrote KR. Obviously, if I write R like this, R will be greater. So since I'm taking K, it will first of all check with the same character. Now see this. If I write like this now, probably if I have like this, just imagine I have like this KRI. Okay. Now
Yeah.
obviously here I'll be getting KRI, right? Because after this we don't have anything, right?
Yeah.
So max
Okay.
KRI. Yeah.
Okay, Krish, here if I'm just trying to understand the maximum value of different words, I mean different strings with having each string having like 5 characters inside it, then how would it calculate, Krish?
Yeah.
Like
So it will see this. Crash uh like this crash one. Okay. Now
yeah,
if I really want to compare this two, probably remove H1. Both are 5 characters, right?
yeah.
Compare till the same length. Okay, these two are same. But after this, I have one more character over here. Probably this will take the precedence. So if I go and see this, Krish one will be the highest.
Yeah, and what if we remove one and we just add some more? I mean, another character there, Krish. Like if we add just some
That
P or
only.
Z or something.
That
Yeah.
will be. This
Okay.
will be there. See, if I write P and S over here
Okay.
S is getting the precedence, right?
Okay. Fine.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yes.
hi, hi, Krish.
Yeah, Padmini, go ahead, please.
Yeah.
Hello,
Thank
sir.
Just a second, guys. Padmini, go ahead, please.
Yeah, actually, in the code, while Vinod was popping some code as it was in the class discussed, where I see like I is equal to I plus 1. Instead of that, I can give increment operator like how we use in C. I plus plus, can we assign like that in
Yeah.
Python?
I plus plus. See, you're talking about. You can write like this. I plus is equal to 1.
Oh, not like.
Not I plus plus.
Yeah, that's the question.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank
Hello,
you.
sir.
Yeah, go ahead, Debanjan.
Yes, sir. So one question, like Sudhanshu sir, while he was teaching us, he gave us a program to code actually, and the code was like we have been given a nested list, and from that nested list, we need to delete the number of the b's in present in the nested list and all the characters or string values present in the nested list apart from all the other strings present in the list. So I have
Okay.
coded the program, but I don't understand why only one B is not getting deleted. Apart from that one B, every other B is getting deleted. Every other thing.
Debanjan, come on, do it. You will get it. Otherwise, come in the Wednesday doubt
Sir,
class.
I have tried and it several times.
Yeah. Oh, several times in how many hours?
No. I have tried and it. Like I have done it with the copy also. I'm
You tried it
according to
right
my
now,
logic.
right? You tried it right now, right?
Yes. I
Okay.
have tried.
Just give it a भाई एक और दिन दे दो ना क्या है इतना जल्दी? Then only you learn something, right?
No,
Code,
sir.
over here,
Sir.
the solution.
Like the thing is that I am having a certain doubt actually. If only one B is not getting deleted, it might have been possible that the last B would not have got deleted. It's okay. I would have understood that because if there is something added related to the indexing, because of that, the last B would not have got deleted. But in one B from the middle is not getting deleted. That's my question. Like
It's
I am
okay.
implementing it every time by
Debanjan, what
one.
do you want me to do? Take your code, paste it
Yeah,
over here
please.
and tell you.
Can you just run it? Can you just run it once? Just.
Okay, give me your code. सुनेंगे
Okay, sir.
नहीं आप लोग यार. It's really.
Hi, Krish.
Yeah, please go ahead.
I want to know that the code which Devanjan was talking about, I have written with some other logic, and it is working fine. But I want to know that which one is fast. I mean, which one is more efficient?
Okay. Now, in case of efficiency, you cannot just do with the 3 or 4 elements inside a list. At that time, what we do is that you have to probably take so many number of elements, and here you can add one module which is called as time. So once you do this, you'll be able to see that how much time it is taking to run that particular code.
Okay, but for my code, it is showing which I'm doing. I'm doing it.
No, you need to have many elements. Understand? Okay. Then only you'll be able to see that.
It is saying that percentage time not found.
This one?
Yes.
Have you written like this?
Yes.
It should not show. It should work. See, I've written in front of you, no? This will work definitely with anything.
Actually, I am working in Kaggle.
Okay. In Kaggle, it may not work. In Jupyter Notebook or Google Colab, it will work.
Okay.
So hi, Krish.
Yeah, go ahead, please.
Yeah, actually, I have one doubt regarding that comprehensive solution. So earlier, you saw some example inside that one, even and odd number inside that one. So how we can concatenate the value even plus whatever that value it is iterating in that one. So I'm not able to concatenate that value in comprehensive solution.
Sorry, I did not understand your question. What you're asking? Just tell me once again.
Actually, just now I'm just paying one one question inside the chat window. I want to just get that value. I tried to but not able to concatenate with whatever that string.
You pinged the code, huh?
Yeah, I ping the code, and with the whatever that text I'm just putting.
This is a code, huh?
Not this one.
Sir, this is my one. Actually, this is the question. Actually.
Okay, just a second. I think who was asking this particular question?
Sir, I am asking this one.
Okay, just a second. Sean says, what is the meaning of I percentile 2? Modulus operation, Sean. Just check it out. What is modulus operation? You'll be able to understand. Yeah, where is the code?
Sir, this is the code which you have just pasted.
No, not you. I think someone was saying right now.
Yeah, just again I put.
Where did you put?
In question and answer section.
Oh, who is seeing question and answer? Everybody is putting in chat and you're putting in question and answer. Put it in chat, no?
Okay. Just now I put.
What you're trying to do over here?
I'm just want to add values with the help, just odd number, whatever that value, just concatenate is
Will this
I.
operation work? Anybody? Just tell me. Anybody, guys, from?
No, sir, because it's
So
string.
we need to
We have to
concatenate
set the
str to one.
we're writing it to one.
String, and we can't concatenate integer with string.
It is very, very simple, right? Devandar?
Yeah, no, actually, just I want to just concatenate value. String,
So how do you concatenate?
okay, I got. Firstly, I have to change it to the string and then, okay, sorry, I got it. Whatever that.
Okay.
Hello? Hello.
Yeah,
I just was one doubt regarding the justification. So,
Bhavesh, you have a lot of disturbance.
Hello.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, sir, I have a doubt.
Who, Bhavesh, come on. Silent the people who is behind you, okay? And then ask the question.
Yeah, sir, I have a doubt regarding the multiple array, multiple dimension list calling. Like I have been.
Just a second. Okay, whose question was this?
My question, sir.
Sorry, guys, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. This was my question.
Okay, just a second. We'll solve this. Okay, what is your question with respect to this?
Sir, you can if you execute it, you will see that on the first B is not getting deleted. Other than that, the two B's and the T, it will get deleted. Yeah, this one will not get deleted, and I'm unable to understand why it is happening.
You're saying this first B is not getting deleted.
Yes, sir. Because while printing the location of B, I am able to see that the first B location is getting printed, but the rest two B's location are not getting printed while debugging the code. That's why I'm able to conclude that the first B is not getting deleted. The rest of the two B's are getting deleted. Now, if you please can kindly check it.
Okay, first of all, the code that you have given, no, I'm not able to execute it also.
Krish, regarding that percentage time, so can we trust the values in for one iteration, or how many times we have to execute?
Just a second. See, the indentation is also not correct, I guess. I'm not getting properly over here.
No, sir, the indentation is actually correct, but while printing it in the chat box, might be possible that the indentation gets wrong.
Okay,
but,
just do one thing, no, Devanjan. Right now, I also have very less time to take all their doubts. Okay, just try to do it. Otherwise, come in the Wednesday doubt clearing session. Okay.
Okay, sir, no problem.
Krish, regarding that percentage time, can you please tell what is that wall time and total?
What is the
wall time?
Wall time. This wall time is basically whatever your system is basically running, right? Your
And
time computation will start from this particular code itself. Like if I write like this, see this, for I in print I.
It will show error.
It
will show error.
Okay, so for I in range. Okay, see this 35 milliseconds.
So it is the time taken to
run this code. Yeah.
Okay.
Hello, Krish.
Hello, Krish.
Yeah, go ahead, please.
Hello. I did one Fibonacci coding. Actually, in that coding, I have assigned variables in one line. That time the output is giving correct. But if I split the coding, that time the output is will be different. Let me ping that code to you. It is for 6-line code. See, Krish, I send it in the chat.
Okay, what is the problem in this?
See, if I execute this one, now one output is coming. So go to that code. Here, a comma b equal to b comma a plus b is there, no? So a equal to b, b equal to a plus b. Write in 2 lines. A equal to b and b equal to a plus b. So now the output is will be different. I execute this one.
Tell me why the output is coming wrong. Think and tell. Guys, anybody wants to say this? Why the output is wrong? Everything is in front of you only. You know your output is coming as wrong. You should be able to tell why.
Yeah, actually, I guessed it. Initially, the v value is assigning to a. Then a plus b equal to b.
Think over it, sir. Think over it. You will be getting the problem. What is the problem in this line of code and in the previous line of code? What you are trying to write. Just think over it once. And can anybody tell me over here?
In the 7th line, actually, it is wrong. Should not have written like that. A comma b equals to b comma a plus b.
Why?
So, can you please repeat the question? Actually, what it was asked.
See, like this, the Fibonacci series is working fine. 1 plus 1, 2, 2 plus 1, 3, 3 plus 2, 5, 5, 8, 13 like this, right? And what he's saying is that instead of writing like this, if I write like this, right? This was the code, right?
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, sir. Actually, that is because in this case, in this case, on line number 7, sir, and this is fine, but the code which you write after that, a equals to b, and in the next line, b equals to a plus b. So in that case, a equals to b will assign the new value to a, and that new value will be used in a plus b. So that's why the output will be wrong.
Did you get it? Who had asked this question?
Sir, I didn't get it.
No, Jagdish.
Yes,
when you are doing a is equal to b, b value is getting assigned to a.
Yes, sir.
That updation will not happen in this. When you are writing it as a separate line, it will get updated. Clear? No? Try it out. Try it out. I want you to try it. Okay? Just try it out.
Yes, sir.
Hello?
Okay, sir.
Hello?
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, Krish, I just have a small doubt. It's actually related to previous person's doubt. Could you create a list like x is equal to string ABC?
List, huh?
Yeah, list.
Yeah.
Okay. Next line for I in x. X dot remove I.
Like this?
No, in parentheses.
Like this?
Yeah. So. Okay. So now print the x shouldn't have any element, right?
Why did x dot remove I?
Ideally, it shouldn't have anything.
Krish, can I answer this one?
Yeah, go ahead, please.
Yeah. So actually, what for loop does is it saves all the values of an iterable into its memory, right? So in first iteration, A got stored in I, right? So now you are printing I and you have removed, sorry, you are printing A and you have removed A. Now, when it went to the next iteration, I will have B. I will have the value as B. So it will print B and it will.
It did not print B here.
Actually, I think what is happening is.
I'll tell you. See. What happens when you are iterating through this collection? What is the first element? A. When you remove that A element, B will have the A index.
Yeah, B will have that. Okay.
So it is going to skip in the next iteration B because 0th index is already served.
Okay.
After that, it will be in the first index. So it is printing C and it is removing C, and B will remain like that only. Does that make sense? What I'm trying to explain?
But then even if you put 4 elements, like suppose you put
Tell me what is happening. If you put 5 elements on AC.
Yeah.
Now see what is happening. Every time an element is getting removed, this will move towards the previous position. Then this is going to get skipped. Then we are going to go right. I hope you are understanding.
So it'll skip basically.
Yeah, skip, and it is moving to the previous index, right? If I remove A from here, then B will have the 0th index, right?
Yeah.
And yeah, this index is already served. We'll go to the first index.
Oh.
Now, if you remove this, D will come to the second index. This will get removed, right?
Okay.
This will not get served. Now we'll go to E. E is getting printed, and this will also get removed. So what are the elements that is remaining in X? B and D.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
This is actually the problem I was facing when he gave the question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, please. Next question.
Yes, can I ask a question, sir?
Yeah.
So in the same question, if we are trying to iterate for taking for j in range length of the list, and then sir, in that case, if we try to modulate the iteration, like if we say j equals to j minus 1 while the for is working, can we do this?
Okay. So you're saying that, okay, let's consider this entire thing as ABCD. Okay. ABCD. Okay. So you're saying that here, what I'll do is that first of all, I'll remove I. Okay. So let me print I also. So your A will get printed. And you're saying I is equal to, I minus 1. You're saying like this? Udit?
Sir, I pinged you one code, sir. In that I was trying, sir. So it will be better if you can copy and paste that.
For this for loop entirely, right, Mudit? Or from starting only?
So from starting you can take, because the list is also declared in the initial.
So the print thing is that no, it will not work fine in this when you copy and paste from there. Oh, it is working. Perfect. Okay, now what you're doing over here, you're saying that for I in range of length of L. L basically means is nothing but all the list of elements, right? And then you're saying if L of I, if type of L of I is equal to list, okay, perfect. For J in range of length of L of I, if L of I of J is equal to string, okay, J is equal to L of I of, what you're trying to do here, Mudit?
Sir, actually I was trying to remove the string if it is there in the list, in the nested list. And then I was trying to change the iteration, like I have written in the last j equals to j minus 1. So I wanted that the loop must go one iteration backward and then again process.
It will not go backward. See Mudit, what will happen? Suppose you are inside this, okay? If you are inside this, if you remove this particular element, suppose we are in this index, if you remove this particular element, okay, what will happen if you are doing decrement operation? You are going to this particular operation again, this particular index?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So like that, it will not be working. again, you have to make some changes within your coding mechanism or coding logic only.
Sure, sir. I'll do it by myself, sir, and then I'll ask on Wednesday, sir.
Sure. See, something needs to be done. Yes, what you're saying that, okay, fine. Because of that skip, can I do something else? Try to change the logic, because anyhow, I don't feel that this is a good way of, first of all, removing the elements, changing the index. You're manipulating the indexes and you're moving. Yeah, see, normal flow of for loop is just go element one by one and do whatever changes you want. Right?
Yes, sir. Using while loop we can do, but I was trying it using for loop. So I'll surely try it and ask if I don't get it clear, sir.
Sure.
Thank you,
Yeah,
sir.
please. Yeah. Next question. Yes, guys. Next question, please. Yeah, Swapnil, you had
Hello,
any
sir.
question? You had question?
Yes, sir. Can I talk in English, sir? It's comfortable for.
Yeah, sure, not a problem. Tell me.
सर सुधांशु सर ने कहा था कि नेस्टेड जो लिस्ट है, अगर उसमें अगर स्ट्रिंग प्रेजेंट होगी तो स्ट्रिंग का इंडेक्स प्रिंट करना है और बाद में उसको रिमूव करना है. सो मेरा क्वेश्चन ये है कि जो सेकंड नेस्टेड लिस्ट है उसमें 3 भी है, तो उसने उनकी इंडेक्स प्रिंट की और उनको रिमूव किया, और जो थर्ड है उसमें वो टी है, तो उसकी इंडेक्स क्यों प्रिंट नहीं की और उसको रिमूव किया लेकिन इंडेक्स.
ये टी का?
अच्छा, हाँ, टी का सर.
टी का बोल रहे हो ना?
हाँ हाँ हाँ
भाई वही बोल रहा हूँ मैं, थोड़ा एक्सप्लोर करो कोड. सबको आज ये बिना ट्राई करे ही चाहिए, है नहीं आउटपुट हमको. आप लोगों को कोड दे दें, चलो काम कर लो आप लोग, चलो. इससे लर्निंग कहाँ रहेगा बताओ? हाँ, लर्निंग कहीं रहेगा कुछ भी? बोलोगे मेहनत नहीं कर रहा सर, नहीं आ रहा, चलो बता दो कोड, तो आपका पढ़ने का क्या फायदा हो गया बताइए? ये लॉजिक बनाना, लॉजिक उसको एक्सप्लोर करना बहुत ही अच्छा काम होता है जब कोई देते हैं. तो ऐसे टास्क सुधांशु अच्छे टास्क देता है, वो लोग आपको ट्राई करो बोलते हैं. हाँ, मेरे पास मिल जाएगा सोल्यूशन, मेरे को भी बैठना पड़ेगा तुम्हारे साथ, ठीक है, थोड़ा देर में एक्सप्लोर करूंगा, कोड देखूंगा, तो मेरे को भी पता चल जाएगा. मैं ये वाला चीज तो आप लोगों के पास लाना चाहता हूँ. राइट?
ओके सर. ओके, थैंक यू.
नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन प्लीज. Just raise your hand, guys, if you have any question. Yeah, Sonali, go ahead. Sonali, unmute yourself. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, Sonali, I can.
So I wanted to know about the enumerate function. So can you please teach me that one?
Just give me the code, whatever you have.
No, I don't have any code. Just that I saw in some of the codes pinged for the Sudhanshu's problem. So I just wanted to know about that. So I was just searching right now, but it will be great if you can just tell me in 2 lines.
Regarding enumerate?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go. Press shift tab. Okay.
Yeah.
It returns an enumerate object. Okay. So that basically means if I write enumerate of 1, 2, 3, 4. So here I'm getting an enumerate object of list. Okay. Now probably I want to do some kind of functionalities with respect to enumerate also. Right. Let's see what all things we can actually do. Or let's consider that here I've given an if I write for I in enumerate of this particular elements, tell me whether I'll be able to run this thing or not. Print of I. So here what is happening, enumerate in short is providing an index to these elements also, right? 0, 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, got it. Yeah.
Now if I take str I in str1 as one example, suppose I say Krish. Okay. And if I write enumerate of str1, okay, and probably I convert this into list. Are you seeing this?
Yes. Okay, got it. Yeah, Chris, thank you.
Yeah, please go ahead with the next question if anybody has. Okay, Rohit, go ahead, please. Rohit Sanam Venkat.
Hello.
Yeah, Rohit, go ahead.
Yeah, good evening, sir. Yeah, my question to you is, sir, in the previous question, we have taken a. Can I share my screen, sir?
No, you cannot share your screen. You give me the code. I'll try.
Yeah.
1 minute. Sharing the screen will be given you the permission on Wednesday. Okay.
I've shared my code, sir.
Okay. So this is your code.
Yes, sir.
For I in X, remove I, print I.
Yeah, sir. If I run, I'm getting the output as A, C, and E. I just want to know on what basis is it removing B and D?
Just now I explained this. You are not listening?
Yes. No, sir. There was internet connectivity issue.
Okay, now see what is happening. Let's go loop by loop. For I in X, what is the first element? A.
A.
When you are saying X dot remove of A, that basically means this list will get removed?
Yes.
Yes. When this gets removed, what are the remaining elements?
B, C, D, E.
Print I, A is printed. Done. Right?
Yes.
Now, you know that B is right now in 0th index, right?
Yeah.
But according to this for loop, it should go to the first element.
Yeah.
After the first iteration.
Oh,
so in
yeah.
this particular case, C will get removed. And C is
All
getting
right.
printed here. Now again, the second element will skip. It will go to the third element.
Again, first index.
Yeah.
The index number 1. And it will print E.
Now here, if you go and see X, you will be having B, comma D.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Yes, guys. Any more questions? Okay. If not, again, understand, guys, the reason why we are not at all like, yes, if there is some confusion with respect to some of the topics, we will be able to help you out. We will be able to. I want you all to try a little bit, with respect to writing logic, with respect to things, because this logic will be very, very helpful when we will be doing data pre-processing, which is the most important in the query part with that we basically work. Yeah, Hardeep, go ahead, Hardeep Walia.
Yeah, hi Krish.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, I have a small doubt regarding the assignment. Actually, I was working on the assignment, and one of the question I didn't able to understand. But when I connected with the Skype team, they directly denied that like they can't help on the, on assignments. Like I just wanted to know what is the explanation of that particular question. It might be a dummy question. I mean, dumb question.
Tell me the question.
Yeah, just give me a moment. So that is a question from the assignment 2, a third question. Make a list of each Boolean operator's truth tables. That is every possible combination of Boolean value for the operator and what it evaluate. So I didn't able to understand this question. So I was asking about this question to Skype team, but
paste it in the chat 1 second. Okay, which is the assignment number?
Assignment 2.
Basic assignment.
Yes. And question number 3.
Okay. Question number: make a list of each Boolean operator truth tables. Every possible. See, this is very, very simple, right? Are you from engineering background or some other background?
Yeah, I am related to that, but I was not able to understand.
See, what is truth table? What is truth table?
It's related to the combination of true or false, like 0 or 1.
Yeah, and operation, or operation, XOR operation, this operation, that operation. So there, right? In that truth table, how do we learn it? We say that, okay, if true, then we make it as true. In case of AND, if it is true, false, what do we make it? We make it false. Right?
So I was, I have a confusion about we need to be give the explanation with the examples, or
they have told make a list of each.
Yeah.
Right? List of each Boolean operator. List of each Boolean operator. Very, very, very simple. Suppose I have a list of elements which is having true and false. Like this, you make it true, false, false. Right? And this is your list 2. This is nothing but true, false, right? Like this kind of elements, and you do the operation between this and you get the output.
Okay.
right?
Okay.
Pretty much simple.
Okay, fine. And one more thing, I experienced that you guys are working well regarding on that. Like I can understand the things what the Sudhanshu is explaining in the class, but I think so. It's a little bit fast way. Like it should be a bit slower down because his pace is very fast.
See, that only I'm telling you. What do you mean by fast? Fast basically means it's going very, very fast. Because see, other people, what I see from the comments, and they are also non-technical people over here. We always keep we always ask questions, and
So
everybody was saying that they
frankly
would
speaking, I felt that like it's been like a rush.
see today. What I see, what Sudhanshu has completed, he just completed list, and he has written the same code, whatever he was teaching you in the previous class. Do you feel something new was taught apart from list or list comprehension, anything?
Okay, it might be possible like we are not habituated on that pace, so that's why time by time it
The
can
thing will be that whatever previous thing is taught to you, that previous thing will again be taught. On top of it, there will be some more topics.
Okay.
It goes in that way. So
Okay.
I'd also suggest that please, okay, you also have to little bit practice.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that practice is basically required. Okay.
Yeah. Thank you. Thanks.
Yeah. Please, next question.
Krish, assignments are mostly theoretical in Python basics, and logical based questions are not there much. So how can we practice?
Where is practicals is also there? No. See this.
No, these are fine, but the questions like Sudhanshu gave, like do this, do that,
So
and build your
Sudhanshu
own
has
logic.
told, right? Sudhanshu has told, right? He'll be putting more questions to you and give you the assignments, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, he told, but he said that it will take 1 or 2 days.
Yeah. So after 1 or 2 days, just drop him a mail if it is not coming. But they have told that they'll keep on adding lot of logical questions for you all to practice. Okay. Vishal?
Yeah.
Suppose if he's not putting, just drop a mail. Okay. Just drop a mail to Sudhanshu in the same email ID, query@. Okay. This one.
Okay.
Query@ineon.in.
Yeah.
But there will be a lot of questions that he'll give you. Don't worry. That again, I'll keep a reminder for that. Okay.
Okay.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hey Krish, one thing I want to ask, right? Since in the assignments I could see there are number of questions for which language is not understandable. So I just went to the support team to ask this, right? So can you please explain the question, what is expected out of it? But directly they say they won't be able to help you in the assignment. I'm just asking.
Okay. What I feel is that many people are facing assignment problems, understanding of the assignment problem, right?
Yes.
So I'll raise this concern. Okay. And probably just give us a couple of days time. Okay. We'll try to raise this problem with the support team, and then we'll try to figure it out how we should fix it. Okay.
Because most of the things are theoretical being asked, right? So I just wanted to check what is expected out of this, what answer is expected out of this. Can you open the first assignment itself?
Yes.
Fourth question, just go to the fourth question.
What makes up an expression?
Yeah, I understand that. But the second question was, what are the functions of all expressions? There are functional expression as well. So confusion is that, right? What is expected out of this?
Okay.
So language wise, I was asking what is expected so that I can write answer to that.
Okay. It's okay. You keep on continuing this. I will try to have a look on each and every assignment question, and wherever I feel that there is some differences, I will try to raise these issues with them. Okay.
And second thing is there is no dates to these assignments since you guys would be changing the assignment and all. So when should ideally be submitted those assignments then?
See again. Did you attend the yesterday's session? What did I say regarding dates?
Yeah.
What did I say regarding dates? Tell me.
So, but the thing is, if I submit the assignments today, right?
You can submit it anytime. See, in the job guarantee program, what is the thing that we have written regarding assignment?
40%, right? 40% of the assignment should be complete. 40% should be completion.
And what is the end date of assignment? Did you read this anytime?
No, I haven't read this, but I read only 40% up to the thing is.
That only I'm telling you. No, everything is given to you. I'm saying that once read it out, right? Assignment timings and all. So that is the reason we have not written any assignment dates over here, right?
Yeah,
so usually how the assignment should be done is that as you keep on working, as the topics gets over, right? As the topic gets over, you have to just go and check out all the assignments. Okay, this topic is done. If I'm able to complete the assignment, just do it.
Yeah, that is why I've just started with assignment 1, because since basics we have moved on to the list. Let's complete assignment 1 and 2.
Yeah. So whatever thing, see, suppose if I go to assignment 3, suppose till here, what I feel that list is completed. I'll just go and check this out. Over here, you can see that which are the generic statements, what are the things, functions have not yet started. So I'll probably not go into this particular assignment, right? Yeah. I may be till where list is basically taken. I'm going to just check it out till here. Okay. Now see, okay, here I have this AND operation or operation. Yes, I think I can do this assignment because till here the topics have been completed. Yes, if you have no idea, knowledge to do the further assignment, just do it.
Yeah, because I have been part of other course as well, right? The machine learning course as well. So Python has been done over there.
So you can actually continue and complete it till whatever things you know. Whenever you're having some kind of confusions, just keep that dependency ready till Wednesday session. And in Wednesday, we'll have a discussion on that. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
I hope your concern is solved.
Yeah. So just give this concern to the support team that they should ideally explain what is the language of the question. That's it.
See, that I will do it. What I'm going to do is that I'm going to raise this concern. But anybody who is facing any problems with the assignment or some of the questions where the support team is also not able to ask, please make sure that you come to Wednesday doubt clearing session. Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Hi, Krish.
Yeah, please go ahead.
So just a follow-up question from the previous person's question. I checked with the Skype support team to ask them if we get a second chance to submit the assignments. I mean, once they have evaluated it. So, but they asked me to check with you and Sudhanshu. So
they will be given chance. Any number of times you can submit the assignment. That thing we are not having a problem. If you feel the first time the solution is not that good, you can submit the assignment. Anyhow, the link will be there in that same dashboard, right? You can just submit it.
Yeah. One reason I ask is because the same concern that, some of the questions are kind of unclear to understand, so that's what can prove a bit challenging.
Sorry, what was the same concern?
So it's just that the questions are sometimes not easy to understand.
I can understand. Just give us 1 week time. Okay. I will raise this concern. This concern, I think many people are saying, in terms of understanding the assignment. I'll just talk to them. Probably tomorrow, Monday, we'll have a meeting on that same thing and we'll try to resolve that issue. Okay.
Great, Krish. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Till then, just give us 1 week time. Till then, if you're having any questions with respect to assignment, come to the Wednesday session. Okay.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Okay, guys. So, please go ahead with the next question. I think it was Sumi, right? Sumi Jagdale. Okay, guys. So if you don't have any other questions, guys, thank you for attending. And yes, one major issue that I have heard is about the assignments, since you're not able to understand those things. Yeah.
Hi, Krish. Sorry. I would like to ask you regarding an internship. I do have some basic background of machine learning and deep learning. I just have a small query. Is it possible when we have a chance to work with your team as an intern, would it be possible that we can have our own topic to work with you?
See, it will be difficult us to handle in that specific way, but we will definitely consider your request. We'll ask what domain you want to actually work on that while we are taking up for the internship.
Okay, to be specific, I'm working in 3D vision and 2D vision systems. So more likely I'm working in detection and classification and segmentation domain.
Okay. Image segmentation and all, you're saying?
Right. Exactly.
then you have to probably wait because deep learning will be coming up in the further things. Yeah.
No, absolutely
Okay.
fine. I mean, until we get to the
So whatever work you have actually done, if you really want to show it to Sudhanshu, he'll definitely consider that and he'll make a new team for you.
That will be great. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, thank you so much.
Okay, guys. So thank you, everyone. And yes, again, one more person, Praveen. I think Praveen was there, right? Okay. So thank you, guys. We'll continue the session in the next weekend. Till then, have a great day ahead. And yes, never give up. Keep on learning. Thank you.
Thank
everybody.
you so much. Thank you, Chris.
Bye. Bye. Bye, guys.
Bye.